Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
Clobberanimo! Clobberanimo!
Greetings, clobberers. Greetings. Good to see you all here with us tonight. Looking to have a bit of fun. So we're going to start off with the kind of the sour, dour news really quickly. Just touch on it for a second before we go. Welcome to Clobberin Times. Just want to say that Clobberin Times wishes of all the best and love and condolences to the family of the late Kirstie Alley, a lovely woman, a great loss to Star Trek fans and fans of entertainment. Very sweet, very talented, very beautiful woman. And so from Clobberin Times, just a big heartfelt shout out to rest in peace to her and shout out to her family. So,
yeah, what a huge loss for the Star Trek community, and we just want to thank Kirstie Alley for everything that she brought to Star Trek. And it is such a profound shame to lose her at such a young age. She was only 71, and it's a tragedy. So our love and condolences to her family, to her friends, and of course to everyone who really loved her. She had a huge career. She did many more things than just Star Trek. So a lot of people truly loved this woman, and she deserved all that love. And so. Yeah, she will be sorely missed. Rest in peace, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Rest in peace, Kirstie Alley, from us all. Oops, I hit a... Sorry, I hit a button. Having got some issues there. Anyway, again, we're not going to bum everyone out for the rest of the night, but we just wanted to start out with that. Our loving tribute to the wonderful Kirstie Alley. Hello, everyone. Good to see you here with us tonight. Let's see what is going on. Quick show notes. Tomorrow night I'll be hanging out with the great Nick Weiser and the Comic Shop Boys, the Friday Night Comic Shop Boys, on their channel, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow night on Saturday Night Star Trek, we're not gonna be doing the traditional Deep Space Nine reviews. We're just gonna do an open Star Trek show talk, just kind of basic Trek talk and stuff like that. Number one. We'll be away on an away mission. She may be able to make it back later at some point, but she may visit us if she gets back in time. But we're just we've got things going on. You know, as you know, this is getting that time of year, Christmas, where all kind of stuff is going on. So we'll still do some other review shows this month. And I will say now that Christmas Eve is on a Saturday, folks. And that Saturday night, the 24th, right? That Saturday, no, that's right. It's
yeah, no, you're right.
It says the 24th, right? That Saturday night. Also, there will be no Trek Saturday Night Star Trek that night, but I will be here. There'll be the big Clobbering Times Christmas Eve party. A lot of people will be doing all kinds of Christmas Eve streams, Christmas streams and celebrations. And I know a lot of people are going to be busy on Christmas Eve night doing various things. So I don't expect everyone to be able to show up. I certainly understand that, but I will be here because it's Christmas Eve night. I'm always here. I don't do anything. And if anybody else not doing anything, we'll just do a basic geek out that night. So, but anyway, that's what's going on. And of course, Sunday night on Mark D with the C, excuse me. Mark D with the C's channel. We'll have the usually Sunday night geekery. Mark D will join us in a little bit, by the way. He's a little bit behind, but he'll be here. And then until we'll see what goes on from there. Got a lot of Christmassy stuff planned for the next couple of weeks on Mark C Comics Talk, and maybe on the wild cards, Wednesday Night Wild Card as well. I want to thank the great Michael French of Retro Blasting for joining me last night. What a fantastic time it was! Thank you all for being there with us. Michael French is a great friend. We love you, brother. And it was just truly amazing and just a spontaneous. We rarely get to. We usually do topics and things like that, but last night it was a little bit spontaneous. We had no plans to talk about what we talked about. We did end up talking a lot about Indiana Jones for the first hour or so. Michael is an expert on a lot of things, as you well know. He likes to call me an expert. This man is the embodiment of what an expert really is. I'm not. He is, and I'll fight him on that all day long. And he is an expert on many things, Star Wars, and of course many vintage toys and different G.I. Joes and things like that. And especially one of his specialties is Indiana Jones. There's nobody that knows it like him. Nobody. And that was a great time hearing from him, his thoughts about what's going on with that. And we'll talk to him more about it as time goes on, I'm sure. And we talked about a lot of other things too. So that was a fantastic visit with him, and appreciate it. And of course, the great Mark D with the C joined us a little later at the end, and it was great to have him hanging out with us as well. So everyone, before we get started, big show note. So I want to say that thank you to the great D. Bud Martin, who has he was not be able to make it tonight, but he said can't join the chat, but I wanted to hop in and mention that I got my copy of Raquel's book today. I got the paperback edition, and it arrived in perfect condition. Have a great show. Thank you, D. Bud. I'm sure Raquel would have something to say about that.
Yeah, D-Bud, I love you. You are such a loyal and kind friend. And, you work for all these big channels and you've been spreading the word around for little old me. And I'm just this little independent sci-fi author. And you really went to bat for me. Like, you're just such a loyal and kind and wonderful friend. It's a huge honor for me to know that you own my book. And just all the legwork you've done to spread the word. I just really adore you. I really appreciate you very much. And I want you to know that work has not been in vain. So many of you have rallied behind me to help get people reading the book and reading that traditional, that classic episodic science fiction again. And I'm so grateful to you guys. I just, it almost makes me emotional every time I talk about it, just how fantastic you've all been. I want you to know, as of today, I have sold 33 copies, and for no other reason than this community, these people, this crew, my friends here. And I just appreciate you all so very much. Truly, I do. You have no idea what it means to me to have a crew of friends like you behind me. It's the coolest thing that can ever happen to somebody. And I hope you feel the same way about Clobby and I, because we got your back too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Let's do some shout outs. First of all, to our fantastic wrench friends, in addition to D Bud. Of course, we got the great Eric K, the bronze wrencher.
His book came today as well.
Oh,
and
he got
gave
his as
me
well.
A huge shout out, and because of him, there's another person who's buying the book. And oh my goodness,
nice.
Eric, I love you. Thank you.
Eric. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. We got the great Chris Persia, the Vindicator Wrencher of the North.
Who
my
is
brother.
been my biggest like promoter and friend, and he's always here for us, Clobby, and his beautiful show poster tonight. Who are these amazing wrenches we have that we know?
Just incredible friends.
Eric K, you guys are such good friends of ours. We love you so much.
Indeed, indeed. And of course, we've got the great D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron, the aforementioned one. I don't know if he's here tonight, but we always like to shout out the great Lord Thoth.
LD!
The god of the wrench. Avon lives, long live the Legion.
And Chief of Security.
And Chief of Security. And
on Saturday Night Star Trek.
Right. Phantom Outsider. If he's not here, we'll just show him his picture anyway.
Fantastic!
I don't know if he's here or not, but let me see who is here. Let's say some hellos here.
Well,
of course,
that, boss.
Yeah.
You gotta give the show number so that I can give your very own bat signal.
What? Oh, it's Clobbering Times issue number 479 on YouTube, 1,179 overall, and it's Clabby's Clubhouse number 59.
Whee!
We indeed. I knew I'd forgotten something. Here with I love it. Here with us tonight is, of course, the great J-Man. J-Man and I've got a show planned soon. In a couple of weeks, we're going to do another classic comics review. And J-Man, just got to tell you, dude, I wish I had not been otherwise occupied, because you guys, you and the great Sean, on his channel, by the way, folks, please go to his channel and check it out. It's criminally undersubbed and underwatched. You got to go there. He did tonight talk about one of my favorite movies, John Carter. And I would love to have been there to see that and hang out with you guys, or just in the chat. But I actually did peek a listen a couple times when I could. But I was on with the great Midnight's Edge game, which I thank Tom, our good buddy Tom, with Midnight's Edge After Dark, and all those great friends over there. But that is I love what you guys are doing over there, J-Man. Thank you so much, buddy.
J-Man is the best. Make sure you follow him.
Please.
To his Twitter. Follow him to his YouTube. Not only is he a published author, a very intelligent, kind, and sweet man, he's also a bona fide geek. He has sometimes he's nerdy, and he has a whole herd of really cool geeks behind him and nerds behind him. His wife is an award-winning Canadian poet. These are the nerds and geeks you want to hang out with. So please go follow our buddy J-Man. He's just the best.
Also here tonight is Gwagnar.
I
know he loves that. Minimusness is here.
Minimus.
Let's see here.
Sending me more books to buy. Trying to put me in the poorhouse.
Kal-El, buddy, as the great Stephen M. Good to see you there, bro.
The real soup.
Yes, sir. He is here. Dave G Sound. Hello there, Dave G Sound.
How's the shoulder, sweetheart? How you doing? I'd love an update on that. You feeling better? Any better, honey? I'm sending you a soft hug. Not enough of a hug where I could hurt your shoulder, but just a soft hug to let you know I care.
Hope you feel better, buddy. Also, big pause for a second. Big shout out to our good friend Stone Loki, who's been under the weather a little bit. He's had the great Mexican Iron Man and Paulie filling in for him on his morning shows. But I hope he's getting. He says he's getting the strength back slowly but surely. But shout out, I love you, brother. Stone Loki, our great friend. So everyone keep him in your prayers and thoughts.
Yeah.
Classic Comics.
Hello, Classic Comics. Nice to see you, sweetheart.
All right, Classic. Good to see you there, dude. Let's see. Hungry for a femme anti-hero as cool as Servalan. Although I know you have to. I know he knows Servalan's not an anti-hero. She's a straight up villain. But I guess he wants an anti-hero that's that cool.
He does.
Femme, I guess
it's an official request from the official artist from Clobberin Times and the official artist
Hungry boy
of my book. Amazing painter.
I'm working on it. The hell? We got Claude Parrish in here twice, apparently.
Minimus.
JT Kirk.
JT Kirk!
What's up, dude? Let's see who else.
Got the nicest note from him yesterday, or was it today? I work so much that the days just bleed into one another. Anyways, I got a really nice note from JT Kirk. He got the book. Oh, he's such a cool cat. What a wonderful person he is.
Thank you, JT.
Yeah, he's a real sweetheart of a man.
Matt G, hey there.
Matt G!
Ciao, roll that tide, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you.
Let's see. Snuggy Jr., hello there. I don't believe we've had the pleasure, but it's great to see you. Thanks for
That's a
popping in.
pretty cute name, Snuggy Jr.
It's always good to have new people pop in. I like it.
Yeah.
Captain Infinity and beyond.
And beyond.
Darth Scipio, what's up, brother?
Hello, Darth.
Darth says, are you going to talk about the James Gunn DCU? Well, I hadn't really planned to that much because I think we already covered it over on the Midnight Says After Dark. But I guess if you have any questions about it, I mean,
well,
I don't know.
You take the platform and give
I
your.
don't really have much, but I'll be glad to comment on it.
Cool.
Sure. But
do
again,
you have
that's
any
everyone
specific
for now.
questions, Darth CPO?
Oh, if he has a question, yeah, but I mean,
yeah, or maybe a comment that you'd like to riff on.
Well, there's not much to talk about because he's just starting, so yeah.
Okay.
But sure. Hey, look, Darcy, I'll tell you this about the James Gunn thing. I mean, it could be a really good thing for the characters. He does know his comics. He's a crazy man, but I mean that's what they need. So I've liked a lot of his work, and so I think it could. Hey, look, he might screw the pooch, and I can't see him pissing me off as bad as Snyder, but he could. You never know. We will see, but I'm cautiously optimistic on that. I can tell you that, Darth Scipio, because you just never know.
Well, I'm looking at this comment from Dave G Sound, and he answered me. And it looks like Dave G Sound is under the weather. I'm not going to put it up on the marquee, and I'm not going to read it aloud. But community, Dave G Sound, he is a part of our crew. He runs with us on Saturday Night Star Trek. He is a clobberer. So not only is he a 735er, he's a clobberer, and he could sure use your prayers if you pray. I'm agnostic myself, so I'm just going to send my love and support and a hug.
Absolutely.
and good thoughts. And everybody, if you could put a DGS in the chat, just to give our buddy just a little bit of a charge to know that there are people who are thinking of him. And if you pray, would you mind maybe including Dave G Sound in your prayers? I want him to get healed, and I want him to feel better. And Clobby, it looks like you have a couple of gifts, so I'm going to be quiet and let you get that dealt with.
All right, Dave G Sound, feel better, buddy.
Yeah,
absolutely. What Raquel said, man. And it's always good to have you here. First of all, shout out Michelle O'Rourke Johansson. Welcome. Hello there. Welcome. Hello. Good to see you. Paul, am I saying that right? Is it Listro? I hope I've never seen it. Paul is new here. Hello, Paul. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Thank you, and welcome to the great Trevor Cunningham for the super sticker. You are too kind, buddy. Thank you so much for that. And thank you to JT Kirk for the $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says,
I love this quote.
Questions. Eaten any good books lately, Mr. Wolf? Actually, yes. I just gnawed on R.M. Briggs' book, Science Fiction Tales, and it tasted even better than gah.
Oh, so it was fresh. I love your JT Kirk.
Your book was best when served live.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much there. Thank you so much there, my friend. Let's see what is going on up in here that we start out tonight, because we got pretty much all the always see, I need to write this down one day.
What?
Shout out to all the lurkers out there.
Oh, yes,
we really appreciate you who are lurking, and also shout out to everyone listening on a download or a rewatch. I don't say it enough, but thank you. I cannot thank you enough. It means the world to me that you watch later on a download or a rewatch, however they call it. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, I lurk all the time, and you know what? There's no shame in that. And I'll tell you something. Not only do we appreciate you watching, but we want to extend a very warm welcome to you. Anytime you want to jump in, I just want you to know that this is a very adult, very close community, close enough where you can come into this room and you can have a real adult conversation. So I want you to, this is your official invite from the captain and little old me, to join in anytime you want. Because your voice will matter here, and it would be an honor and a pleasure to engage in conversation with you. And while the boss is throwing that out there, I just want to say, could you all please smash clobber animal, the like button, and hit the notification bell, and please share this channel on your subs when you have a chance. Don't go anywhere right now, but share it on your subs. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Whoop. Having a bit of a There we go. Tech issue there. All right. Well, what are we doing down? I'll tell you what. Well, when we let you get started, we'll let you start because you have some movies for us. The lovely Sherry's here. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Cheeky Boo.
Hey.
Nice to see you. Long time no
Lovely.
see.
What's up, lovely girl? Always good. Picasso was here. Wow.
Oh, that's a great name.
Great name. That takes me back to my old Blog Talk Radio days when I was allowed to use a copyrighted music because they didn't care. And then my theme song was it was the song from Repo Man, Pablo Picasso song. Great stuff. Anyway, I miss that.
I love it when you sing it. Do you think we get in trouble if you just did a few bars?
Well, the girls that turn the color of an avocado when he drive down the street at his Eldorado. He was only 5'3", but girls could not resist his stare. Boom, boom, boom. Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole. Boom, boom. Not like Oh, it's actually my real last name.
What?
Oh, wow. That's
How
extraordinary.
lucky are you? Is there like a lineup to marry you? Imagine having that last name. That's
extraordinary. And I guess it makes sense. It's not like it was a made-up name to begin with. It's just very famous. So
yes. It's Spanish, right?
Indeed.
So,
yes.
Yeah,
well,
beautiful name.
Well, it's excellent. Anyway, proud to have you here visiting us, and I hope you will hang with us. So, what we do here in the clubhouse, for those who may be unfamiliar, is that we just basically, usually our friend Mark D with a C, our engineer, he's here with us, and he will pop in later when he can. We the three of us all kind of just come up with just a little something to talk about, sort of like when we're just hanging out, shooting from the hip, talking our geekness. We're all just, that's what this whole channel is about, talking geekness. So, of late, my wonderful first officer, Commander Briggs here, has been watching some old science fiction films with under the is it right to say under the tutelage of Hungry Boy, our good friend Hungry for Raquel's Sales to Be Powerful as Colossus?
Yes, that is exactly right, boss man. Well, the suck is deep. The suck is long and hard in that new stuff. It's absolutely atrocious. Who wants to watch it? And everyone here knows I'm not really a geek. I'm not a cinephile. I don't know a lot about films and stuff. I've had my nose buried in a book for most of my life. I'm an academic and I love reading. And so I met this fabulous group of geeks. Hungry Boy, who is the official artist of my science fiction collection. He has worked with some pretty famous authors and some pretty famous people. So I was blown away when he offered to do the cover of my book. And then I was even more blown away when he was like, "Hey, I got a few films I want you to see." And then all of a sudden he just became my film buddy. And then, during the week when you're busy and you're out hanging out with the other guys and doing your other shows, he and I have been watching all these amazing shows together. And at first I was mixing them in with the algorithm, but I've been working a lot lately. So he has rescued me from these algorithmic choices that were being offered to me. And he's just giving me pure gravy gloriousness. And I appreciate it so much. We get a little bit of wine, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of chocolate. And we sit down and we watch movies together all week long. And it is so much fun.
Well, and now tonight you have what, 3 for us?
I have 3 because I've been working all week. I got to tell you folks, it is glorious to be working, part-time again. Not working full-time, but working part-time. Wow, it feels so good after what the vid did to my job. So it's nice to be so busy, but it was also nice to get away and watch these 3 films, Captain. And boy, these 3 films, I think you're going to be impressed with what he picked this week. And you know what's weird, boss? This is another 3 films I've never seen, ever. Wow. And one is an amazing book that I need to buy. So without further ado, let's get it on. So the first film on, I think we watched this together on Monday night, was this gloriousness here. Fiend Without a Face.
Fiend Without a Face. I don't know what the hell I was even thinking of.
That's a great joke.
Couldn't even. I cannot conceive of it.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
I like that song.
What are you doing to me?
Oh, Lordy. I
We're
don't
not
know. It
supposed
just
to do
popped in
this to
there.
me on air.
Oops.
Okay. So I don't know anything about these films other than the fact that Hungry Boy tells me to watch them. We watch them together. We have a really great time. We discuss them while they're going down. But because I'm an academic, he has specifically asked me to never research them. Otherwise, the academic part of my soul will ruin the film. So
Yes, you're a big ruiner.
exactly. So I'm going to read a little bit from Wikipedia. This is a cold read. It's extemporaneous. I've never read it. I'm just discovering it myself. And then maybe we can all reflect on. Can you please sing it for me?
What? Fiend without a face. Narada Naxamanda Bear's here as well. Hello, Narada Naxamanda Bear.
Neurons! Okay, here we go.
I don't know.
I
got
never in
old
my
David
wildest
Bowie.
dreams did I ever think I'd hear my captain singing Billy Idol and doing a pretty good job of
my
it too.
God. Oh, you're too kind. It was terrible. We all know that.
Yeah, Dave G
But
sounds
go
still
for it.
laughing about the Billy Idol. Me too. It just came out of nowhere. Hey, Dave. Okay, here we go. Fiend Without a Face, brought to us all by the great artist, the great Hungry Boy. Let's do this. Fiend Without a Face is a 1958 independent-made British black and white science fiction horror film. That genre is correct. I would say this is science fiction mixed with horror. A drama from Amalgamated Productions. It was produced by John Croydon and Richard Gordon, directed by Arthur Crabtree, and stars Marshall Thompson, Nyston Reese, I want to say is how you say his name, Michael Balfour, and Kim Parker. The film was released in the UK by Eros Films. In the US, it was released in June 1958 by MGM as a double feature with The Haunted Strangler. Fiend Without a Face tells the story of a mysterious deaths at the hands of a mentally created invisible life form that feeds on atomic power and then steals human brains and spinal columns to use as bodies in order to multiply its numbers.
I just want to point out that doesn't necessarily make him a bad person. Max Redstone and the Great Retro Blasting is here. Sergeant.
Maximum Redstone.
Retro Blasting buddy.
Michael. Oh, Michael's here. Hi.
Hey. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Max, are you being a Karen?
He is being a Karen. Well, I happen to be the manager. Well, how may I help you, my lady?
Hey, Dave!
Dave! Daveness.
Okay, so here I'll continue. The screenplay by Herbert J. Leder was based upon Amelia Reynolds' long 1930s. Of course, this is why Hungry Boy picked it. Amelia Reynolds Long's 1930 short story, The Thought Monster. So please wait 1 second as I write that down because I'm going to buy that now. The Thought Monster.
Oh, there you go. The sequel was The Thoughtless Monster, which really made him even worse. I don't even know what's going on.
You're just being awesome. Amelia Long. Okay. All right, Hungry Boy. And it was originally published in the March 1930 issue of Weird Tales magazine. And so I will read the first paragraph from the plot as provided by the fine folks who contribute to Wikipedia.
What year? We're going to say what year for Weird Tales? This
one is 1958 in the UK and 1958 in the US, and originates from a 1930s short story, The Thought Monster, issued in 1930 in Weird Tales magazine.
Weird Tales, that's where Conan started.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is another argument. This is more rhetoric in favor of the great American tradition of the short story. Not only does it make for wonderful screenplays, it makes for wonderful for television, but also makes wonderful films. So all hail the wonderful and much aligned and forgotten short story. U.S. Air Force Interceptor Command Experimental Station Number 6 is a long-range radar installation located in rural Winthrop, Manitoba, Canada. unexplained deaths begin to occur in the general area of a farming village near the American base. Postmortems reveal the victims were murdered and the brains and spinal cords are missing from the corpses. The only clue left behind are 2 puncture marks at the base of each skull. The locals, however, become convinced that radiation leaks from the radar installation's nuclear power experiments are the cause of the mysterious deaths. And that's all I'm going to read because I don't want to ruin it for everyone.
Thank you, Max, by the way. Let's say thanks to Max.
Hey, honey, how are you? How are you feeling?
Hope you're doing better, buddy. Hello and good night. Just a quick in and out. I got to head out. Well, dude, I hope you feel better, Max. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
thank you so much for that.
Could we get some MRs in the chat, just because
yes, please.
Max is not feeling well lately. He's not good. It's spinal. And
how about this? Will this make you happy? This is from Retro Blasting. Your eyes without a face, you got no human grace. Your eyes without a face. Michael's fault this time. Sorry.
Thank you to everyone showing support for Maximum Redstone. And Hungry Boy says, a warning to those sensitive to grody sounds. This is a grody sound one. Possibly the grossest sounds I have ever heard in all of film. Like,
wow, really?
Yes, the sounds for this film are disgusting. They're revolting. I mean, repulsive, and they're unrelenting.
Wow.
So, have you ever seen this movie, boss?
No, I'm afraid not. Well, again, I always stipulate this every week. It's a broken record. As you know, in the 70s, there was a thing called, I've told you before, Shock Theater here where I live, which held Saturday nights after Saturday Night Live. They would show very old movies. We'd stay up and watch Dr. Shock. And there were a lot of these types of films. So if I did, I have no memory of it, but it's possible because these were the kinds of films that were being shown. But that's the same as not seeing it, since I have no memory of it. I just thought I would point that out because I'm weird that way.
Yeah. So I've not done any research on this. I don't know how the critics feel about it, but I'm just going to scroll to the reception area. And it looks as though it has mixed reviews. I actually think that this is a really super fun science fiction movie from this era. If you're somebody who really enjoys this type of short story storytelling in film, this will really appeal to you. This isn't cerebral. It's not like you're going to walk into this and say to yourself, "Oh my gosh, this is so profound. This has made my soul quake." That's not what this film is about. Of course, you'll be left asking yourself questions like, how do, what? You'll do that a lot. But it is great fun. It is wonderful science fiction, and it does have this weird Tales feel to it. Like I said, it's not cerebral by any means. It's not going to win an Oscar or anything like that. But if you love science fiction, you will absolutely love this movie. I'm so happy that I got to watch it. I definitely don't regret watching it, and I recommend it to everyone. I think it's really, really good. On a scale from 1 to 10, if you are somebody who loves science fiction, I would consider this a must see. I would give it between a 7 and an 8. As a science fiction fiend with a face. So, definitely if you're a geek, if you're a nerd, this will be a 7 or an 8 for you out of 10. You will roar with laughter. You will watch it till the very end. This is a wonderful popcorn movie. You're going to have great fun with it. You might even watch it more than once. So if you're a normie, please ignore everything I just said and walk away like you don't even know me.
There are no normies listening here. Sure. They're welcome. I just don't think they're here.
Yes, this is true. But when you do watch this, would you please report back to Hungry Boy or to me with regard to the squishies and the groping sounds and the sucking sounds?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you could just... you could just shut off the video and just listen to the audio, and you might get a completely different impression of what's happening in this film. You have to watch it.
Well, Retroblasting's claiming that there are even worse sounds in movies. I'm not going to put it up there, but basically he mentions a certain type of genre that I know nothing about and I've never heard of at all, Michael. I never watch that every night. I mean, ever. Sorry, ever is what I meant to say.
Worst sound ever on film. Ever watched Tentacle? No.
No.
Hentai?
You never heard of that?
No, the whole soundscape was
You don't
likely
wanna know.
made with muddy towels in squishy buckets around the bottom.
Probably so.
Oh, muddy towels in being. No, it's okay. We have to correct this. It's just muddy towels in the bottom of buckets being squished around. Unfortunately, poor Michael has to get through 9 million different types of autocorrect and autocomplete to get out what he wants to say in the stupid chat. So I hear you loud and clear. That sounds really disgusting. Disgusting, Michael.
If you've never, you don't want to know what kind of thing he's referring to. That's why I didn't even say it. But
okay.
Tentacle hit. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know what it is at all, and never watch that, folks. I'm just saying.
GT Kirk just said retroblasting. Just vomited a little bit.
Mike Redstone, thank you for the $5 super chat. You were too kind, buddy. He says, I'm not good or bad, just odd. Lots of pain. Oh man, I am bedman, he says. I am in the care of my family, and to quote a scene from Monty Python, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Really soon will be. I'm getting better. I feel happy. He's quoting, that's of course Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, Michael, don't worry about it. I'm aware of it. I struggle with it. I'm not, especially as an editor and as an author. These tiny metal boxes drive me up the wall. But I am aware of the havoc and mayhem they cause in these tiny metal box, tiny chat box mechanisms. So don't worry, honey. We'll fill in the blanks as the helpful algorithms are unsmart in your smartphone.
Indeedishness.
Okay.
So there you go. So what you got? What's next?
I do. I have another one. If everyone, can we release this one into the wild? If anybody would like to say anything about Fiend Without a Face, speak now or forever hold your coconuts.
One more time. Fiend Without a Face. Sorry, there we go. I don't know what the hell brought that on. I don't even. Anyway, so go for it. Maybe the next title.
It was so good. You actually made me cry laughing on air, and Dave G Sound was laughing pretty hard too. Retroblasting says, yep, gun belts aren't just for guns. Thank you, Raquel. I'm a trained writer, also, so autocorrect is yeah, I know. Okay, so you probably see this poster in front of you if you're not listening to this like an old-time radio hour. If you're participating fully in the chat, you see this glorious poster of a movie called The Angry Red Planet.
This looks familiar.
Yeah, I have heard this title before as well, but I never had the pleasure of watching it. So if you're listening to this like an old time radio hour, what's in this image is the film poster, and it's this black space. And then around this planet, which should be Mars, there are all of these moons. And on the red planet, there's a giant, a colossal creature that looks as though it is part crab, part spider, part rat, and part bat. And it's hovering over something that looks like a giant clam. And it says, spectacular adventure beyond time and space as cinematic takes you to the Angry Red Planet. And then, of course, my boss would kick my butt if I didn't say, in magnificent color.
In color.
Yeah.
Although in more color, apparently, in the film than the poster has, it looks like.
Yeah, so Hungry Boy and I watched this. I think this was another red wine and chocolate night on Tuesday. This is on
one
Tuesday.
Of Corey Ackerman's top 10 films. Well, that carries some weight with me there, buddy.
Oh, holy Kawasaki. I did not know that. Okay, so here is what the fine folks at Wikipedia have to say. And remember, this is an extemporaneous read for me, folks, a total cold read. I have no idea what this is going to say because I have been sworn to not turn this into an academic exercise, to just enjoy myself like a cinephile. And so let's do it. The Angry Red Planet, also called Invasion of Mars and Journey to Planet 4, is a 1959 American science fiction film directed by Ebe Melchior and starring Gerald Moore. Melchior reportedly had an initial production budget of only $200,000 and was given just 9 days to film it. What? That was not my impression of this film. Anyway, such financial and time constraints necessitated the use of Cinemagic, a film processing technique that combined hand-drawn animations with live-action footage. Oh my gosh. What an accomplishment. I didn't notice. Okay, although I'm a nerd, not a geek. Anyway, the relatively inexpensive process was used for all scenes depicting the surface of Mars, while cinematic proved unsatisfactory for creating visually believable special effects for the Angry Red Planet. Producer Norm Maurer did reuse the process in 1962, although to a lesser extent in a comedy film, The Three Stooges in Orbit.
Wow. I
Wow.
remember that.
This is some really, really cool stuff happening here. Okay, so this is a very academic film insofar as fine arts people would definitely be interested in this. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from the plot as formulated by the fine folks at Wikipedia and those who participate in this user-generated material. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's good. We'll find out together. As the film opens, mission control personnel on Earth are monitoring the rocket ship MR1, Mars Rocket 1, as it approaches Earth orbit following the first crewed expedition to Mars. Personnel are surprised to see the ship on their monitors, for they believed that the vehicle had become lost or destroyed in space. Ground technicians are unable, though, to make contact with anyone on MR1, so they guide the rocket by remote control to a safe Earth landing. Only 2 survivors of the original 4-person crew are found on the ship: Dr. Iris Ryan, like Irish lady all the way, and Colonel Tom O'Banion, another Irish person, whose entire right arm is covered with strange green alien growth. The MR1's mission to Mars is then recounted by Dr. Ryan as she helps to find the cure for Colonel O'Banion's badly infected arm. In her briefing, she reports in detail the crew's experiences while traveling to the Red Planet and exploring its surface. She describes their expedition in retrospect, as if it were currently happening. So I'm going to stop there because I definitely think that everyone should watch this film. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone. This film is very cool. The plot is something that you'll be very accustomed to as a geek or a nerd. It's not overwrought. It's also not complicated. Oh my goodness, look who came in. Canadian Spider-Man is here. Ironcaster's here.
Ironcaster, what's up, buddy?
Welcome,
Canadian
everyone.
Spidey and Phantom Outsider. Hey, my friends.
Yeah, and Fanti, yeah. So
Good to see
okay,
you, buddies.
so nerd. I could do your algebra homework and design a rocket. Geek. I can tell you the full prefix code for the USS Reliant and that model gets a rocket.
Damn it, Michael, don't encourage her.
Well, that's very academic of you, and I hope you have seen the academic literature behind that. It was something that nerds and geeks were expressing for many years, and then a few doctoral candidates got together and they started culling the different vocabularies, the different dialogues from nerds and geeks to sort of help put some meat on the bone where the distinction was. And so the nerds and the geeks provided their own differences through their own dialogues on the internet, which were studied by several doctoral candidates. So love that, Michael.
Well
Anyway,
done, sir.
This is not a super cerebral film. You're not going to sit back and say to yourself, oh, these are the profound questions of life. That's not what's happening here. This is a fun movie that you would have seen at the drive-in when you had you should have a 10 napkin popcorn with you and a pail of cherry Coke. This is the quintessential movie for an evening like that. Only some really special stuff happens. And I don't quite understand it. Because my education in fine arts is quite limited. And I only took fine arts classes to enhance my academic understanding of certain concepts in social science and popular culture, which is my doctoral field. So I have, since watching this film, learned from Hungry Boy that there were some really special techniques going on in this film that any self-respecting nerd, any self-respecting geek must see on film.
Well, there's one problem there. Geeks never respect themselves, but sorry.
Yeah. So at one point they step off. Okay. So first of all, the trappings are intelligent. There are the way that the people react to what happens to them are very intelligent. At one point, I'm not going to say whom, but at one point, someone suffers a stroke from being frightened. And I thought that that was a stroke of genius, because we rarely see these organic and true, sort of almost mundane reactions to this type of terror. No one wants the movie to end with just the creature walks up and is about to devour its prey, and the person dies from a stroke. That doesn't happen in film. They want drama and they want a fantasy. And so that you normally die gurgling and gargling as you're being digested. Here we actually see someone have either a stroke or a cardiac arrest. I think it's a stroke because of what happens to his mouth. That blew me away. I was like, this is incredible. But when they get off of when they get out of their spacecraft and they start walking out on Mars, I won't tell you what happens, but something truly remarkable happens in the fine arts film department, where everything around you is red. And it creates this surreal landscape that is hard to wrap your head around, but it's so immersive and so art filmy and art housey that it's actually quite remarkable. And I think Hungry Boy should tell people what that is in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, Hungry Boy. I was reading it on your Twitter today. You were telling people what that film technique is. And so really, really special. There are some errors in it. When you look out the spaceship window at one point, well, at 2 points, the sky is blue and you're like, hey. But now that I know that it was filmed in 9 days, wow, this thing should have received an Academy Award. I cannot believe that they put a film together in 9 days for $200,000 and it looks like this. This thing is beautiful, and everyone, any nerd, any geek should watch it.
Excellent. Well, I wish I could say I've seen it, but I don't have him. Hey, Les Tremaine is in it. Oh, I didn't realize. I'm looking at the wow, Mentor from Shazam was in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else you want to know about it, boss?
No, that's good. I'd like to see this. If Netflix was around in the 50s, how about some Angry Red Planet and chill? Yeah. So excellent. So, well, there you go. Well,
yeah,
done as
and
always.
this weird technique that's used for this Cinemagic. I don't think it's called Cinemagic. No, the Cinemagic was for the practical effects. But how they transform where you are and truly make you feel like you're on Mars is something that they do to the film. They expose the film to some kind of some type of process. I don't know what it's called. I don't even have the vocabulary to articulate what it is. But I need you all to sort of understand what it would be like if you walked out of a spacecraft and it was like you were walking in electric strawberry or cherry jello. That's what it's like when they get off of this spaceship. It doesn't just look like light. It looks as though they're enveloped in this light, as though this light has solid form. And it's something that they do to the film. And I can imagine anyone in a third or a fourth or fifth or sixth year fine arts class in graduate school would be fawning all over this film saying, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Nice.
Oh, it's called solarization, right?
Solarization. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So,
sir.
So if you would like to see something like that, I think you should see something like that as a science fiction fiend with a face. I think The Angry Red Planet is a 9 out of 10 for a nerd or a geek. normies will not even want to watch this. You will lose a normie
gotcha.
within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
So without further ado, if anybody else wants to add anything now,
No, go for it.
speak now or forever hold your peace. I have one more from my film buddy, and this is what we watched on Wednesday night. Where did you go? There you are. Sorry, boss. Just have to bring up all
No,
the
it's doing great.
stuff that goes along with it. Okay.
Oh my God, you did no. Oh man, I'm sorry. I got excited. I love this movie.
Well, please tell me what you know, and
No,
then
go
I'll
ahead.
pick it
You
up
do
when
it.
you're
No.
done.
No, you do it. Oh, this is yours. I'll just comment when you get done. Go ahead.
Just wait 1 second, Clobby. For just my husband is just motioned to me, and he looks quite serious. 1 second, please.
Oh, go ahead, Don. But Raquel will return in a moment, folks. With this is a great film here, and it's one early 70s. Something about early mid 70s science fiction. Eric Braeden, of course, fresh off of his appearance in Escape from the Planet of the Apes, if I'm not mistaken. This was after that. Oh man, I have this, of course, buddy. I got it. A buddy of mine. I'd seen it before a long time ago. The buddy of mine got me a DVD of this. You back?
Yes, I'm sorry. My offspring
okay?
has misplaced the wallet in the house, but don't worry, the family will find it.
If you want to go
Mom
handle it.
No, mom is not required in this circumstance.
If you're
However,
sure.
I'm usually the person who everyone looks to for where the heck is it? It's just because I know my family. I know where they put things down. So they'll handle that. Don't worry, everyone.
Okay, but if you need to, it's no problem.
So I missed what you said because I was engrossed in a conversation. Do you mind repeating yourself? Great captain.
I was just saying that I know this film pretty well. And it's been about a couple of years since I last watched it, but I've seen it, of course, a few times. A buddy of mine bought me as a present, actually got me the DVD a few years back. And or was it a Blu-ray or maybe a DVD? But it is one of his favorites, and it's one that I've always had. Previously, before that, a couple of years ago, I hadn't seen it since the 80s when we watched it. But I do have it, love it. Eric Braeden, of course, who became famous on soap operas. I forgot the soap opera, but he was in one of my favorite films around this same era, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. But he's the good guy in this one. Mm-hmm. And this is a fascinating film. Now, you take it, though, because you've watched it recently. More recently than me, anyway.
I totally agree with you. I shouldn't give my review first. So let me tell the folks at home a little bit about the film, and then I'll spill my guts on what I think.
Okay.
Colossus, the Forbin Project. This is from Wikipedia. Let's stay copyright compliant. This is
Hey, Stunt Brat. Look who's here. Stunt Brat.
Hey, gorgeous. Hi, sweetheart. I love you too.
Hey, love.
How are you? We're just talking films again, sweetheart. How was your week? Tell me what's up with you.
Good to see you.
Okay, Colossus, the Forbin Project, also known as just the Forbin Project, is a 1970 American science fiction thriller film from Universal Pictures. I'm not sure if I would call it a thriller. However,
not necessarily.
I don't think so. From Universal Pictures, produced by Stanley Chase, directed by Joseph Sargent, that stars Eric Braeden, Susan Clark, Gordon Pinsett, and William Shallert, whatever.
William Shallert. Yeah, yes.
Shallert. Okay,
that's right. Joseph Sargent has directed some Star Trek. Trek episodes. Yeah, good.
Okay, and then the film is based upon the 1966 science fiction novel, which I have to buy before Christmas, Colossus, written by Dennis Feltham Jones. Very exciting, very exciting. I need this book. Must have this book. Anyway, after being handed full control, Colossus's draconian logic expands on its original nuclear defense directives to assume total control over the world and end all warfare for the good of humankind, despite its creators' orders to stop. Well, I wouldn't say that that's how I would describe the film. So I'm just going to say how I would describe the film. Colossus, the Forbin Project is everything that frightens Stephen Hawking. It is when a computer, when you are cognizant of the accumulative connotations betwixt computer and artificial intelligence. It's when we stand upon the precipice and we see our nightmare manifest. And it is done in an extremely cerebral way. The pacing is marvelous. I wish the movie were maybe 2 hours long, maybe 2.5 hours long. I'm very much looking forward to reading this as a novel. And you really look at this. This is speculative fiction. This is alongside 1984. This is alongside the original work of Margaret Atwood. This is this good stuff. This is the sweet stuff right here. This is an intellectual look at what happens, and realistic responses and situations, and a variety of responses from varying intellects and varying people who are pressed, both psychologically, physically, philosophically, and of course, existentially. And so I think this is a deeply a deeply cerebral film. Talk about a Freudian slip there. And I think that the book is going to be incredible. I give this a 10 out of 10. And this is a movie you want to hear all of the dialogue from. You never want it to end. It has an ending similar to the style I write in, which I think is good. I think you should always leave people questioning. You shouldn't decide. You shouldn't leave them on a happy note. You should allow them to experience the catharsis of your exchange. When you're exchanging ideas with your reader as an author, you're taking them on a journey. And so catharsis is too easy. You don't need a happy ending. You can get happy endings elsewhere. And you all know what I'm joking about right now. Here, we see something totally different. So to lighten the mood a little bit, the Colossus, the Forbin Project, 10 out of 10, cerebral film, absolutely marvelous. I could definitely see that Dr. Hawking watched this and probably had a lot to say about it at the end. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film.
Good night, J-Man. Good night, J-Man. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yes, it's very, very well acted, very tense. Again, you make me want to go watch it again. It's a great, very entertaining film. I've never read the book, unfortunately, but an amazing concept, especially when you put it how long ago that was now.
Yeah.
At a time when, people are thinking about that kind of thing so much more today than they were back then. No one was who was even thinking about this other than a few people. And to show a movie like that, it must have seemed pretty far out there.
Yeah.
Whereas today, this is, it's a horror movie almost today in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm reading the follow-up Dr. Noah Harari from Oxford University. He writes on futurism, and I read him quite a bit, not only because he and I both study from the same angle, the sociological angle, the life science angle of life, but I find that the futurism aspect of his writing informs my writing. So these are these great dialogues that I have with the doctor, and that's how I feel about each chapter in his book. In his books, they feel as though they are lectures. And so you go and you sit and you have this wonderful graduate seminar, this wonderful lecture with Dr. Harari. And so what's really odd is that I'm in a chapter right now of his latest book, and it is on this exact subject. And of course, as you well know, Clobby, last year I had finished Stephen Hawking's final book, and he spoke about this as well. And so it's everyone who I love and admire, everyone who I respect, seems to have this concept on their lips, and it's going into their writing. And so it's definitely something I want to speak to in the future. And this film helped inform it even more, because you get into these dialogues with people who like these very intellectual subjects that perhaps don't interest other people. And so, wow, what a delight the Forbin Project is, Captain, my Captain. The Forbin Project is so good.
Kind of reminds me of back when we were, of course, everyone knows on Saturday Night Star Trek, we're reviewing all of real Star Trek 66 through '05. But it reminds me of those days um, when we were reviewing the original series. And one of the things that was a common thing for me to bring up, like a broken record, was just imagine, you watching this episode now is still as thoroughly entertaining as it was to us whenever we first started watching it as kids, whether it was in the 70s or 80s, what have you. But imagine, we take it a little bit for granted watching it now, or even if, like, let's say they pod racing Palpatine, welcome. Well, Mark D's there in the chat. Imagine, like, if you started watching it in the 90s or early 2000s, it's one thing. But imagine watching it at that time, how crazy and out there the concepts are to someone who living in the time that these things are just hitting the screens or hitting the television screens or the movie screens or what have you. And the ideas, which today we might say, well, like I said, if you started watching one of those Trek episodes today, or say 2003, for example, you might like it and enjoy it, but you go, well, I've seen all this before. But when you think about it and when it was done, you're like, wow, look how amazing these concepts are for the time they were introduced in by Gene Roddenberry and all these other writers. And in this case, this writer, it's like people watching this had to be blown away when they're watching the imagination that goes into it and the scary concept. But back then they're probably going, well, that's way away. Just like you're going, well, fighting other races in the stars, that's a long way away if we ever do that. Now you watch this now, and well, we've been living it.
Yeah, it is a pretty remarkable film, and it has aged well, like a fine wine. I think that this concept is still new to a lot of people, but yes, I totally agree with you. As somebody who is, someone who I consider the grand poobah of geeks. So of course this would be familiar ground for you, but I think it holds up incredibly well due to the fact that it does take a very academic approach to the subject. We not only have these massive amounts of illusion going on in the film, but at one point it comes right out and says, and I forget which character says it, but everyone should have to read Mary Shelley. Everyone should have to read the modern Prometheus. And so that's when you realize, oh my goodness, Dennis Feltham Jones, when he wrote this book, he went all the way back to Mary Shelley, our very first work of science fiction, true science fiction. And he realizes the mechanism underway there and what was created in that novel. And in that novel, a genre was born. A genre was born insofar as a mechanism for us to deal with our anxieties and our anticipations about the future, about our scientific advancements, about our technical advancements, about the possibility we're not alone in the universe, and what happens when we reach out, what will reach back. And so for that stroke of genius in it, for the fact that it's willing to reach to those academic areas and say, yes, I see this, I know this, I recognize this. It's as though the film is aware of itself. And so in comparative literature, they refer to that as self-reflexive. And so it is very, very smart and engaging in that way, because it starts to make you think, hey, what could I argue about this film in an essay? And how far could I take it in what it's trying to achieve here between the novel, our first work of science fiction, and this film. So brain was going on in hyper overdrive at all of these nods and all the illusion and everything that was happening. And so good.
Indeed. Stuntbrad says, night, beloved chat, meaning chat. Are you on your way out? Are you heading out, Stuntbrad? I hope not, but if you are, good night.
We love you, honey. Take it easy.
Yeah. If that's what you're doing. If not, maybe I misunderstood you. Sometimes someone's typing there. But yeah, like I say, this we take it for granted because we've seen so much. Back then it had to be just amazing walking out of the theater, or even if you hadn't read the book. Just like watching every episode of Star Trek back then, you're like, wow, these ideas, these concepts are so extraordinary and ahead of them to the time. So
God, I love ideas. God, I love ideas. Like just this is the best thing about science fiction, and
Right.
the exploration of these ideas. What a
And it's
journey.
well, it's telling that it's almost every time, and when we were reviewing the original series, one of my it was a category almost where it's like ideas. That would be in my review. The idea, the
Character,
concept behind this, character
concept.
stuff, right? Concept, character, ideas. I didn't even bother with that with the TNG or even Deep Space Nine, as much as we like them or whatever. This because there's not almost never anything new in them. In the original Trek, I mean, were they all brand new? I mean, for TV they were.
Yeah. What do you mean you're
Oh,
not feeling 100%?
uh-oh.
Sweetheart, I love you. I hope you're feeling well. Oh my goodness, I'm sending
Oh,
you a hug. Everybody, can you send
oh my,
Stunt
feel
Brat? Can you
well.
put
Yes,
S777 in the chat for our beloved Stunt Brat? Baby, I hope you're feeling
sure.
okay. And everyone, if you pray, would you please say a prayer for Stunt Brat? She's a good friend of ours. And if you don't pray, if you're agnostic like me, please send your support. And maybe
Yes.
love her way. I think she could
Feel
use it.
absolutely feel better soon.
Mark D with the C. No, I have not seen this movie before, and I was concerned that I had because I was quite familiar with the title, but I had not seen this movie before. This was introduced to me by Hungry Boy, not the algorithm. Mark, I know you're busy and you're just on your way home now, and you're in the car,
But
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't really respond. But yeah, sweetheart, no, this one is totally new. HB introduced this to me. This is just, it's so good.
Yes, like I said, this one I'm again very familiar with and seen it once back in the 80s. Obviously, I didn't see it in the theater when it first came out in the early 70s, but I saw it in the 80s and a friend of mine showed it to me. And then, hey, JD Lewis, welcome.
JD, hi,
Good
honey.
to see you. And then he like I said, a few years ago gave me the DVD of it, and I need to watch it again now. We watched it a couple years back, and it was it's great. So there you go.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
just absolutely beautiful, and like I said, very cerebral, very academic, huge concepts, sexy ideas. The payoff is amazing. It leaves you unsettled. For some people, that might be a bit of a downbeat. You know what I mean? Like that the ending. But sometimes that's good. And it's saying something when there's an unsettled ending and it works for the captain, because the captain doesn't like it when science fiction is so negative that it becomes hopeless. So I just want you to know that even though
at least not
it's
all
the
the
same
time
style I have, where it's like the ending, you have to sort of fill it all in for yourself, and you have to think for yourself what you make of all of this. That is very much the case in this film as well. But it's not to the point where where it's off-putting, where you'll feel upset or like there's tremendous negativity there. It's just really so that your mind can I don't know, it's like being jump started. Like it's like watching a battery being jump started. It's just terrific because you're like, the possibilities. And so I want you to think about that as the film draws to a close.
Absolutely. And like I said, no, there's some films that I actually don't mind the downer ending. It's just like I don't want everything to be that way,
Yeah,
I absolutely adore the downer endings in John Carpenter's Escape from New York and The Thing. Those are hilarious. I mean, I love them because they're almost funny in a way. But and then it's really pretty much as downer as you get at the end of the Planet of the Apes. But it was brilliant. The original film, of course, the real one, the only one that counts, from '68. So yeah, I do like it sometimes. It just in the '70s was filled with downer endings. I mean, really,
the '70s was really
very dour,
overboard, and like I don't like horror, but I had someone in my family who really enjoyed horror, and even the horror was so revolting and so absolutely dehumanizing and depraved and deranged in the '70s that it was purely, for me anyway, unwatchable. It was a time in film, I can tell you that. It was a time.
It was. There were like 3 films that kind of changed that course. Almost all of your science fiction was from downer and dour in the '70s, And then if we don't count two movies that aren't necessarily science fiction, Jaws and Rocky, which are great movies, Star Wars is the one that changed that for science fiction / fantasy, having a great upbeat ending. And everyone, all of a sudden, everyone wanted to be that. But for the while there, even some really good ones in the 70s are really disturbing downer endings. But and like I say, this one is one as well, kind of, but in a good way. But so there you go. That's a great choice. Great stuff. Hungry Boy does it again.
He does, and he's doing such a good job that I'm not even using the algorithm anymore, which is kind of good, because before, as a social scientist, and with the Comtech, I was quite interested academically in this idea of what the algorithm would produce once it started seeing everything I was watching. And of course, it's listening to me constantly, both the Android and the Apple. And so I was intrigued by that, the proposition of covering that particular area of popular culture. But I haven't had time because I'm working. So I thank Hungry Boy so much for providing these glorious, glorious films. And the best thing about hanging around with Hungry Boy is that he's not always giving me movies like the Forbin Project. Sometimes he is giving me movies like The Red Planet, and sometimes he's giving me movies like Fiend Without a Face. And so you have this total idea of this insane level of science fiction, where it's a popcorn and fun, and sometimes you laugh a little bit. And then you watch Angry Red Planet and you're like, oh yeah, okay, now I understand geeks. As a nerd, I understand geeks a little more. This solarization process, this is something really special. And then we move into Colossus, and then it's this wonderful experience for a nerd, because it's like, oh, brain, brain, brain. And then, of course, we're bringing in literature there, and we're talking about the literature actively in the film. So really great transitions, and really wonderful ways to pace out these subgenres and the ideas that take place in these subgenres, and what they're good at and what they're not good at, but loving it all the same. So just really brilliant, excellent curation. I'm having a ball. He is my film buddy. So I'm just going to show these one more time on the screen.
Okay.
We
He
have
is the great curator, DJ Ronnie G. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, DJ Ronnie G. How's it going, sweetheart? Okay, so Fiend Without a Face. If you didn't write that down,
Yes.
you're going to have fun with this one.
Just remember this: Fiend Without a Face.
I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to forget that. And neither will Dave G. Sound. We both laughed for like 10 minutes. And then, of course, we have this technique. We have geek technique here. This is definitely something you would talk about in the later stages of your fine arts career in university, perhaps even in graduate school, as you talk about the prospect of using this solarization technique. Quite immersive. Lots of really great technique here. Lots of Irish. Gotta say, I love it. And then here's
Planet.
The brains of the whole outfit. This is just gorgeous, glorious, wonderful. Pay attention here. Grab a glass of wine, dark chocolate, no crunchy chips. Saddle up, lock and load. This is beautiful. It'll have you reaching for your modern Prometheus and saying to yourself, wow, a 17-year-old girl, 16, 17-year-old girl started us down this path because she was around all of these intellectuals, all these great minds around her. And she found a way to create something out of all of the things she was looking at, listening, reading, hearing, and she made something really special. And that special thing is science fiction. And thank you, Mary Shelley. We love science fiction. And that's it, boss.
Excellent
That's
stuff.
my segment.
Excellent. So yeah, that's I love it. I love this segment. It's so much fun. I'm glad you're having a good time watching those things. Hungry Boy is definitely the great curator.
Yes, he is. He has wonderful taste. He has absolutely wonderful taste, and it's not hard to see why he's worked with so many famous people and successful people in science fiction in the various mediums in which we imbibe science fiction. He definitely knows what he's doing. He's got good taste, and he's taking me on quite a ride, and I'm having a hell of a time. This nerd has looped her belt in with the to the side, and we're joined at the hip now, 2 peas in the pod with this mega geek, and he's bringing me along for the ride. I'm having a great time.
Well, in that case, he's got good news. Tonight's tripwire will not be too torturous for him at all. No, it's going to be fine. You're going to be fine, hungry boy. Hungry boy, it's time for some tripwire. We're getting to the end there, buddy. You're good. You're okay. We're down the stretch. For those who do not know, we have a little thing called tripwire, which is a formerly a hard print magazine. Now I think it's completely just on just an internet rag, I guess. Geek magazine related. I used to see it on stands before. I think it is a British mag. And they cover geek stuff, of course, which is fine. They do an okay job, whatever. But they have a little running article. It's been obviously over a year now, and it's been over a year, I think, since we even discovered it. It is counting down the top 101 greatest comics artists of all time.
Legend.
Well, 101. Actually, they're great ones now, but
I know, but I just
I don't know.
I just like how you you were running along and then you hit the brakes. Legend. And then you just started again.
I shouldn't have said it that way. But anyway,
no, I love it. I think it's great.
I feel bad for it.
And you know who's really loving it? Is HB. HB's laughing right now.
It's just the placement of the list. Hey there, Maddie's daddy. What's up, buddy?
Daddy, Thor in Vegas. How you doing, sweetheart?
Wow, he said this week I discovered a font called the CLOBBERIN time. You are joshing. You are joshing, sir. So anyway, when we first discovered this countdown list thingy, comics art is a big thing with me. I can't, like I always say, I can't draw. Can't draw flies, but I love comic book art, and I adore it very much. And so does, of course, many of my dear friends, including a former pro, the great Hungry Boy, and of course Steve Mitchum, Maddie's daddy. He's not. He says it's real. Hey, Apollome's minion is here. Oh my goodness!
And the pepperoni.
Bark, 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 bark.
That's great. Hi, Simi. Hi, Apollo.
Hey, Apollo and the pupper. I hope you're doing well, Apollo and the puppy dog.
Drive carefully tonight, sweetheart.
That's a strange font. I'd like to see what that font looks like, Steve.
I have it. I downloaded it. I can show it to you.
Oh, okay, cool. So anyway, it was around 50 something in their rankings so far. They're doing it like weekly. And I have some severe issues with their placement on the list. And we've been covering it every week. Sometimes
much to HB and Clubby's chagrin.
Yeah, we've been torturing Hungry Boy with it for a while. Well, the torture's getting toward the end there.
They're both taking much more high blood pressure medication because of the coverage.
But the placement's hasn't been that bad lately. It was just earlier on, or it was really some of the placements mind-boggling and terrible. But now here we are. We're all the way to number 3. And you're going to be perfectly fine with number 3, Hungry Boy. I'm perfectly fine with it. It's tough to argue with number 3. I may my placement's a little different from theirs, but he's topped. He made it in the top, and it is. I cannot argue with number 3. I cannot give them any problems with number 3. So, are you going to be okay, Hungry Boy? Are you ready?
Shield thine eyes.
Did you? What happened?
What's the matter?
Oops. I don't know. The thing came off. Did I take that off?
I don't know, sweetheart. What's happening?
No. It's fine now. I just needed that to cover it while I use that for the uncovering. And the share thing, never mind. All right.
Yeah, well, StreamYards is acting up lately. It's a real piece of poop
sometimes. Dookie. No problem. So here we go at number 3, folks.
Okay.
At number 3, according to Tripwire, all-time greatest comic book artist at number 3 is a gentleman whom we lost this year.
Oh, who?
He's Neil Adams.
Oh no. Do you
Number
like
3,
this
Neil Adams.
placement?
Tough to argue with it. I am a little bit lower, but I don't mind it. I mean, he was one of
HB
the greats.
Fanti.
One of the things I would say is his interior output isn't as much as people think, isn't as big as people
Okay.
think. His covers, however, and other work is so dynamic and so brilliant. He's one of the greats. So let me see what I mean, he did so much. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Apollo.
What did Apollo say?
Just said she's had a bit of a bad few days. I'm so sorry, dear.
Oh, that's not good. Honey, I'm sending you a hug.
That.
I'm sending you a warm hug. I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
Yes, so sorry, dear. As many know, he started out actually drawing comic strips for the Ben Casey comic strip and the Chip Martin one. And anyway, so Neil Adams is one of the great.
I should tell people before you go any further, boss. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I should let people know that making comic books, I've learned from these geeks, is a little bit like working in broadcasting. So when we work in broadcasting, sometimes in radio, we don't get everything perfect exactly the way we like, because there are incredibly pressing deadlines. Like, it's very important to get the copy out, to get the story out. And so something that I've learned from the geeks is the amount of output. So the demand on the artist has an impact on the artist's career, insofar as these experts like Clobby, like HB, like all of these other people, MARC even included, that is a part of their criteria when they're judging an artist, because, you know, you can have a certain amount of time to get these publications finished. So when Clobby starts talking about this stuff, he's really talking about what demands were put on this artist. How much output are we talking about him? How much did he produce? How much did he make? What is the body of his work, and in what time frame did he produce it? So it is a factor in how he judges where one of these incredibly elite comic book artists stand on his scale. So I just wanted to qualify that for everyone. It's not like he's a jerk where he's saying, well, he didn't do enough. It's not about that. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Well, yeah, Ezra Goldstein, welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Ezra.
Well, yeah, we did speak of that. Here's the only thing, my only pushback to that, Hungry Boy, a little bit, and it's not much, is that I hate myself for this kind of stuff, but it's just the way I am. If I'm truly force myself to be fair, to analyze it, with pure logic, you can really make the case that almost after somewhere around the mid 80s, he didn't do it. He did no relevant work and did no really good work, to be honest with you. I mean, that's an opinion, of course. That's why this is always a favorite list. I would argue that he didn't really do anything significant after that point, but boy, howdy, what he did throughout the 60s and 70s in terms of what you're talking about. So a lot of crucial work for interiors, though, a lot more covers and ad work and things like that, ad work adjacent to comic books, more than makes up for it, and that's fine. I'm simply saying there's a long stretch after he left the big companies and just started hacking it out for continuity and, starting his own company and doing all the stuff he's done later. It just doesn't, I don't know. I have a lot, it's just not as good and it's not as important, but yeah.
Oh, did you see this? Look at his, HB just said.
Yeah, he didn't even he really didn't do a lot of his homework after the 90s.
Yeah, if you're wondering what Hungry Boy responded to the boss just put it up on the marquee.
Oh, I hear you, yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're not watching it, Hungry Boy just said, "Oh, hell, no argument from me, Clobby."
Oh, yeah.
LMAO exclamation point. All his faces turned into silly putty after 85. So, whoa.
And after Batman Odyssey, he deserves all the ridicule he gets. Like, this is tougher to say now that he's passed away just a very short time ago. But before that had happened, I was pretty brutal to him, I got to admit. Mm-hmm. So I have to still be brutally honest. Even though I love his art. I'm fine with him being at number 3, though. He's number 6 on my favorite list, but number 3 works. His work.
Okay, so number 6 for the boss. HB, where would you put him?
As my favorite
Maddie's
list.
daddy, where would you put him?
Wait,
Fenty,
remember, I'm talking about Remember, I'm talking about a personal favorites list. I don't make a list saying he's the greatest either. So these people are trying to say that he's the greatest, and I have no problem having him. You know, because they don't seem to take into account influence and body of work very much on this whole list. That's my biggest problem with the placement on this list.
Yep.
But I can see it in this case. I understand it being 3.
Okay, I got you. I got you. What do you guys think? Everyone, please respond to the boss. We have some really cool experts in the chat as well, and we'd love to hear from you.
That's true, Maddie's daddy. I mean, there's no question about it. I'm just being something of a brutal critic in terms of comics history for things he's done since the 80s. But look, and he wouldn't be the only one. This is a very good point.
Oops, sorry.
How'd that happen?
That's because I was just putting Hungry Boys up. I interrupted you. I beg your pardon.
Let's see. In all fairness, we don't know if he suffered some physical ailments. Oh, actually, he did. No, I actually do know that he did. So there's no question. Like a lot of artists, it's not quite like an athlete who gets out of his prime and has to quit, but still, it's not that dissimilar either. Because many artists, Jack Kirby was one of them. He couldn't. I mean, after a while, his arm he couldn't draw that well. Like his hands were pretty messed up. All that drawing, and so. But Neil Adams belongs in the top 10. Well, who said he didn't? Are you having a conversation with somebody else?
Yeah, exactly. And then Hungry Boy has a cool one under here. He says, I put Adams between 7 to 4.
On my favorites list, I got him at 6. I have no problem with anyone saying on a significance list having him at 3. I really don't.
I like that you said that. I like that. That's how you qualify it. A significance list. I like that. I think that's really cool. And I think it's also really fair.
Yeah, I don't even know what a significance list is. It's just a dumb term I just made up for no reason.
Well, it's like
he did some brilliant work, though. I love
Look at what the word means, and you can see what's in your heart, which is, let's look at the entire body of work. Let's look at this person's impact on the industry. Let's look at the quality of their work and over their lifetime. How did this person enhance, contribute, and make their mark in the industry? And so that significance, I think, is a perfect word. I think it's terrific. And it's not judgy. It's sort of saying that you're open to looking at what the person did with their career. So I think it's awesome.
Phantom Outsider, I got you, buddy. I read you on FM. And don't worry. You're still the Phantom Outsider.
Fante!
So look, his contributions are extraordinary. So.
Oh, hi. What did you have for dinner, sweetheart? And did you cook for everyone? Of course you did, because you're an amazing cook, chef extraordinaire. I used to run restaurants, and I have to say, all of the photographs you sent me, man, Eric, if you have no professional experience in a kitchen, it sure looks like you do. What were you eating? Tell me.
He will tell us. Neil Adams was part of so much, though. That's his historical significance, in my opinion, does put him in the way up here as high as you can get. Behind, well, again, here's the interesting thing. Now, this is number 3. We don't have 2 yet. We all know who number 1 better be. So now I'm scratching my head.
Fury.
Right, I'm scratching my head as to number 2. Who could number 2 be? Because I'm going to have to look at my list and see who they... By process of elimination, I'm sure I could figure it out. Because I am stumped now. I got to admit. Of course, I if I looked at my list, I could probably, like I said, just by process of elimination, figure out who number 2 is going to be.
Don't look back on the list.
I could
allow yourself to be surprised a little bit. Hungry Boy says, I'm scared of number 2.
Yeah, I am too, buddy. I can't even imagine.
JT Kirk.
Oh, my goodness.
He says, Poopy Stew is a number 2.
True that. So I can't even look. I'm stumped. I'm stumped. I guess I could figure it out through detective work. It would be a guess because we all know who number 1's got to be. Even these people. I'm going to give them some credit to say they can't be stupid enough to make who not number 1.
Oh boy, hell hath no fury like a captain scorned.
Next week's going to be some scary shite. I got to tell you, Hungry Boy. Because if Adams hadn't been this week, I would have thought, yeah, it'd be too easy. And I'd have been fine with him being 2, to be honest with you. But since my number 2 has already been like number 40 something, because these people are stupid, Gil Kane would be my number 2 favorite. This guy was a genius, though. Let's make sure they don't use any covers, any art that isn't his.
Steve
That's another thing with Tripwire.
I'm not stepping into this.
Another thing with Tripwire is I've got to make sure that they use art that's actually by the artist, because these people, hey, Tripwire, yes, I know you listen. I know you're listening, Tripwire. Don't tell me you're not listening. Gwagnar says, what will I do once the list is? And what I will do is I'm going to do a special Monday Night Mark C Comics talk where I'm going to take the list to pieces all over again, every single one. I'm going to go from, I'm going to count down 101 to 1, and I'm going to reorganize the list in part 2 of that and do it the right way. Keeping, and by the way, anybody they have that, I'll put people on there that they've left off, the jackasses, because they've left people off of this list. Steven.
Steve,
like Maddie's daddy
Steve,
says.
I mean.
But anyway, as I said, hey, Tripwire, I've seen a couple of examples where you guys have had what you considered an example of a certain entry's art was not by them. And that tells me that makes you guys not just your dumb placement, that makes you extremely suspect to me. Right now, you're fine because in the top 10 is low-hanging fruit. I mean, who couldn't get this right? Of course, Adams is going to be there.
He wants to be on that stream, Clobby, to mock the trip goobers with you.
I think we can handle that. We might just yeah, look, Hungry Boy, you're invited. If you want to be on that one, you are invited, sir. And we're gonna make up for the ones that weren't put on there. What happened?
Nothing. I just thought that it was really cute that J.D. Lewis said, I used to have a Slurpee cup with that Adams Inhumans splash page. Does everybody here know what a Slurpee is?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. They have basically, I don't know if you're familiar with an icy or a freezy, whatever they call it. Whatever. They have these things
Some
called
people
Slurpees,
call it slushy.
It's like it's a,
yeah.
I don't know if you have anything close up there.
Yeah, well, we call it Slurpee here too.
Very similar.
But
and
for all over the world,
kids.
Yeah. For all over the world, it's Slurpee, slushy,
Slurpee,
icy. What else? What else could we call it, Clobby? I think that's
Ices.
it, folks.
We call them ices or Slurpees, but freezies some people have called them. But anyway, they're similar. Just depends. They're all relatively similar. But in the 70s, Marvel and DC had these little plastic cups that you could get when you would go get your comics at the store. You could get a Slurpee with a superhero cup, which is why I always saved just enough from my comics budget to get one of those and a candy bar with my comics. Good times. Good times. So yeah, and that's he's talking about this Triton here. By this is of course Tom Palmer inking Neil Adams on this one, which that was pretty good. So here's some Adams X-Men. Let's see here. Superman versus Muhammad Ali, one of his greats. Crazy idea though it was.
Oh, somebody was talking about that earlier. They wanted to see that. Who was it? Was it J.D. Lewis? Hold on. Somebody actually specifically mentioned that cover, and I don't think that they knew that we were going to be talking about it. Was it our buddy J.D.?
Well,
let me go look.
Don't know.
Oh yeah, it was J.D.
But yes,
thank goodness. J.D. Lewis, at 30 minutes past the hour, had said, so roughly 6 or 7 minutes ago, he said, I think that Superman versus Muhammad Ali was his last shining moment. Everything after that were desperate attempts to recapture his past glories. And then he has a little sad, disappointed.
I agree. Wow, I agree with that wholeheartedly, JD. Absolutely. I think this was his last masterpiece. Hey, Dave.
His last
hurrah. Dave. Big last hurrah. Hello there, Donnie Pearson. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah. Oh, you're too kind. He says, I think Slurpee cups should be named Clobby cups. I wish I had all the Have you ever sometimes we go looking, I go looking in line at the pictures of all the Slurpee cups. We'll go to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I want them all.
Yeah.
People still collect them. They still have all those old Slurpee cups. I had so many of them.
They must be hard to collect though, because
God,
you would want to sort of invert them or stack them if there are quite a few of them, and that would probably ruin the images
plastic,
on them.
Some of them are still in fairly decent shape. I'll show you some if we haven't.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so stay tuned, folks. We're going to look at some of those collector Slurpee cups.
So yeah, I agree, JD. Look, Superman versus Muhammad Ali. It was a stupid story. Let's be honest. It was at that time, if you were a kid, this is the late 70s. It was a 77, 78, whatever it was. We obviously loved Superman unconditionally. That goes without saying. But we also, this is 78-ish, I think. But as a kid, we loved Muhammad Ali. Boxing's nothing now, but it was big back then because it was always all on TV. It wasn't pay-per-view and all that kind of crap. And every kid loved Muhammad Ali, but there's no way we wanted him fighting Superman. And they had to wrap a dumb story around it, but it had some of Neil Adams' most brilliant art in that big Treasury Edition format. I still have my original copy of this. It's not in the greatest of shape, but I've got it. It's in actually decent shape. And that cover has a bunch of celebrities of the time, including the president and Sonny Bono at the bottom there. It's Jimmy Carter and Sonny Bono next to Batman.
Boss man, I have to draw your attention to the great Wrench of the North, Chris Persia. Just love you so much, sweetheart. He says, and with that, folks, this completely tired bugger will listen to you all from the recliner and slowly enter the land of Nod. Chris Persia, I love you. Thank you for everything you do for us. Promoting this show, promoting my book, just promoting Clobby's whole channel, the beautiful ad posters you make for us, just your wonderful conversation. I adore you. I love you. And have a wonderful evening.
Good night, buddy. Thank you. Trevor Cunningham says, did Ross Andrew do Superman versus Spider-Man? Yes, the first one he did, which we've reviewed, by the way, Trevor. Back this summer, my good buddy Ace Casson and I, we actually reviewed that first one. First Superman Spider-Man team up with the Ross Andrew art, and which you can find in my classic comics review playlist. Probably, I think I have it there. If you're so inclined, it was a lot of fun. We love these reviews. Where were we? Okay, so anyway, there we go. That's our tripwire. Very painless this week for a hungry boy. Number 2's got me stumped. I ain't gonna lie to you, buddy. I'll probably hear it and go,
Don't peek.
Oh, what do you mean? I have to find out what it is.
I know, but I think you should have to wait.
Oh,
don't go back and look through.
I'm saying I could make a speculator, educated guess by looking at all the previous ones. I have them all written down, all 100 now, and 3. So bad. I have all 99. But number 2. First of all, that's me giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to get number 1 right.
Be so bad.
Next week could be some trouble, folks. I ain't gonna.
Next week, like serious smoke is going to come out of the captain's ears.
Well, if number 2 is if number 2 is not who number 1 should be, then we'll be okay. It'll just be a big surprise.
Got to put
number 2 turns out to. What's that? Me too, buddy. But like I said, I guess I'm not even sure I could. Yeah, I think I could figure it out if I looked at all the names hard enough and go, wait a minute, but he should be, because they're about at least in the 99 names that we have now. We have 99 of the 101 names, right? I'm no math expert, but since there's 2 more to go. I'm not a mathematician or anything, but I'm pretty sure there are 2 more to go, right? So we have 99 out of 101. There are at least, in my opinion, 6 or 7 or 8 of them that could qualify for number 2 after the one we all know should be number 1. And incidentally, sounds like a prejudice in terms of number 1, the King. But no, even he didn't have to be your personal favorite. You could personal favorite, he could be your number 27, and that's fine. But on a list where they're talking the greatest, there have to be, at least in some respect, using influential and prolific and groundbreaking, that means number one is a no-brainer.
Okay, so I know because I've been hanging out with you for over 2 years now, and you've introduced me to all of these artists and all of these incredibly talented people and knowledgeable people. Like, you guys aren't just geeks, you guys are the super geeks. So I just want to ask one question, and please, I'm going to hide under my desk after I ask this, okay? So what happens? Like, is it possible for Stan Lee to be in the top 2?
No.
Okay.
Even they wouldn't do that. He never drew anything.
Okay.
They're going strictly.
So happy. I'm so happy.
The only thing Stan Lee ever actually did art-wise, drew, was venereal disease posters for the Army in the 40s, and I'm not making it up.
Get out of town.
It's a fact. It's true. I need to answer. Fancy, I'm checking now. I'm rechecking the list. He asked if Joe Shuster's been on there. Let me see if Joe. I don't know if Schuster's been on there. Let me see here. He might. I'm looking now at the beginning.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's going to happen.
I'm not going to explode or anything.
I know, but look, everyone is going to be so angry. Not just you. Everyone.
I don't think Schuster made it on the list, did?
Fanty. Stan invented drawing. Yeah, he's the Jennifer Lawrence of
They'll
comics.
probably put him at number 1 then, yeah.
Eric K sent you a gift, boss.
Thank you, Eric K, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. But it says Stanley created Christmas. No, that's true. Yeah. First, he created himself.
He also created Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't think they put Schuster on there. Jerk offs. Hey, look, there's some other. Kurt Swan's not on this list, so they're garbage.
JT Kirk says he'd like Stanley's venereal disease posters sent to the Decker unit and to Counselor Camel Toe. Then he goes, "Oh my,
oh my." I'm rechecking my list now, and no, there's no.
Gwag says Jim Shooter is still in the running.
No, yeah. Sure. Schuster, you laugh. Shooter did used to erase. I mean, he used to do whole like layouts and erase people's pencils and stuff. Technically, he sort of considered himself an artist, but yeah. So yeah, well, number 2, who knows? But they won't. I can't. This is weird. I'm not. If number 2 is anybody but who number 1 should be, then I'm just going to be weirded out.
It's so funny.
I can't believe me. I can't believe this.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's
right.
going to be so bad.
See, if 3 had been somebody else,
yeah,
then I'd go, oh, well, now we know who 2 and 1 are. 2 will be Adams and 1 will be you know who.
Okay, yes.
I'd have been, okay. So now I mean, Ditko's already been on here. Cubert's already been on here.
What about Lurch? What about effing Lurch?
Lurch that's Jim Shooter. That's Jim Shooter.
Oh, he must be responding to Fanty then.
Yep, effing Lurch. That's Jim Shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah,
I am
not
not a number.
Responding to you. He was responding to Fanty.
I am not a number.
Yeah. I'm a real
so, yeah.
Be seeing you. Love you, JT.
I'm freaked out, to be honest with you, Hungry Boy. I'm freaked the hell out because I don't know who 2 could be. And if 2 turns out to be anybody but if 2 turns out to be who number 1 should be, I'm going to give it a warning for everybody to cover their ears next week.
You're going to go ballistic. You're going to do one of those videos. One of your anger videos. You haven't done an anger video in so long. We're going to get so many hits on it.
I'm going to be a little bit on the loud side. How about that?
It's going to be your first 1 million view short.
Still got my pencils and nibs. Number 2, I can't even. No. I can't even. I'll have to go look at the list and see if I can figure out who 2 is. I'm not going to be able to last. I'm going to go look and see if I can detective it out.
Jack, I'm tell you.
Yeah, but it's not like I'll know for sure. Even if I do check, it'll be speculation, right? Until they do it.
I know, but it's gonna be so bad. Eric sent you another gift.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, Eric. Appreciate it. Says Clobby did not want to tell anyone, but he finally put up the Wesley Santa and sleigh on the roof. Yes, and then it fell down.
Still listen to him. He made prime rib and didn't even invite us to supper.
True. Exactly. You can't trust him. Now, Hungry Boy, what worries me the most is you don't have a clue either. If one of us had an idea, come on, you better throw one out there and make me feel better. And no shooter crap. Serious. There's nobody I can think of. Everybody's on the list already, but 2 guys. We all know one will be there, but we know he better be at number 1 or somebody's gonna, I'm not gonna say it.
It's so bad. It's gonna be so funny. But I'm telling you right now, if the obvious choice doesn't make it to number 1 and they make the obvious choice number 2, I want you to consider recording what you think about that, then hitting pause, and then do whatever you want after that. But the first audio that you make after you find out, can you please turn it into a video?
I don't know. I might do that. We'll see what happens. Put it like this. Let's just say, for sake of argument, we know that they're going to get number 1 right. I don't think it would be Alcal. That's actually a fun guess there, Guagnar, but they will know. These people, they might be able to find out who he is, but even they wouldn't. I mean, if they put him at number 1, I'm going to. That would only, just because he, you know what? Wow, that guess almost scares me. If they put Alcal on a technicality, I'm going to, oh my God. Now, they might be that pretentious. Oh my God. I was thinking there's no way they would do that. That's why I wasn't even considering him, Wagner, but they might be that ridiculous.
Hungry Boy's stumped. He has no idea. He honestly can't think of, he's just, it boggles the mind. I also think it's the high blood pressure, but he can't think right now of an offering. He doesn't have anything to offer. I can imagine that he's not impressed, and he has no hope.
They're gonna probably won't say that because he created the actual comic. He's the inventor of the comic, in a sense, the comic strip, not a comic book, of course, but the strip kind of, because of Buster Brown and the Yellow Kid. They're gonna try to put him. That doesn't put him at number 1 though, or number. I mean, maybe at number 2, and even that I don't know.
Oh man.
No, they wouldn't do that. Look, they should. He hasn't been on the list yet, and I would have had no problem with them putting him on the list somewhere. Like you said, will they go historical? That would be so pretentious and stupid. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for Alcal. But if
poor Gwag.
He better not be number 1. No. He better not be number 1. No, I know, Hungry Boy. No, Hellcat in the context. No, yeah. I mean, no.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Look, they should have. Hey, look, these dicks should have given him some recognition, putting him somewhere on the list, but not at either one of these 2 spots. But definitely, if he put him at 2 and not at number 1, then I'll be fine. And still, really though, I mean, look, they put Windsor McKay way back there. At least he's on the list, fortunately. But look, you might have Wagner. That's a good guess, but I was just thinking no. But then you got me thinking they might do that. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough week. This is gonna be tough.
JT Kirk says that's like naming Gutenberg author of the year because he invented his version of the printing press.
Yeah,
look who's here. Are you want to let him in?
Yes. He knows the way in.
Hey.
Oh, he has
how's it going?
You have the power.
I have the power. Yep. How's everyone?
How are you?
Hail to the chat. Yep. Good to see you.
Missed all the excitement.
I guess I missed some excitement. Yeah, it was my daughter was backpacking through Europe and Middle East for 3 months, so she just came back from the Azores tonight. So
Oh, nice.
Pretty awesome trip.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a
So,
long walk.
It was a long walk. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we picked her up at the airport. We picked her up at JFK. We didn't make her walk home.
Cool.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
good.
that's nice. That's very nice of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, we
very
charged her
Very
$100,
relieved
but
to
yeah,
have
I'm
your
just
daughter
kidding.
home from such a long trip.
Yeah, she went to Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Switzerland, Germany, ton of countries. So yeah, out of college, so it's a fun time to do it when you don't have too many responsibilities. So
Right.
Mhm.
all good.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yep. So what did I
Nice.
miss with? I guess you were talking trip bar. I haven't been listening.
Number
for the last-
3
Oh boy, Mark.
Who was-
You
was
don't
Neil
use
Adams.
Mark.
Neil
Which is
Adams.
great. Yeah.
Oh
But
boy.
now we have 2 more to go, and we were just talking now about
Who's left?
Without that's
Kirby
the problem.
and Kirby.
Well,
and,
Kirby and exactly, but we're trying to figure. I mean, through process of elimination, I can't think of anybody 2 could be. So that if they don't have Kirby at 1, there's going to be some trouble. And that,
Well,
but the thing is, I can't imagine who,
but
even
you
Hunger
guys
Boy.
can't even-
We can't figure out who 2 could be. I mean, we're thinking Gwagnar did look. Gwagnar, you might be right. These guys are that ridiculous, and then that's not a no disrespect for Richard Alcout. I mean, the guy sort of did invent the comic strip in a sense. Sort of. It's not really a comic strip though. It wasn't sequential art per se that much. It was
it's
more
like-
of a comic page type thing. The Yellow Kid and Buster Brown
Yeah.
in the
You think they might pick him
1800s?
as number 1 because he's
dummies.
the creator, maybe?
Because it's not. I don't consider it necessary to be a comic strip. I mean, it's maybe it is comic. I mean, the word comics actually is derived from humor, from comedy, and they were erroneously named that anyway. He is important, but not the greatest. I agree with that, Gwagnar. He's important.
Mm.
It's almost like it's an honorable mention too, right? I mean, I guess if he's the creator of comics,
Well,
then,
they should have had him somewhere way down on the list. The way I make it, they've already had at a minimum 7 to 8 people that qualify for number 2 on this list, and they've got them in the 40s, the 50s,
Yeah.
jackasses. Gil Kane is my number 2 favorite. I could understand if he were somewhere in the top 10, and then you put Adams or somebody like that at number 2. Perez belongs to top 10 for sure, at least top
Yes.
20.
That was
10,
ridiculous.
top
That's
20 at least.
embarrassing.
Totally
Yeah.
embarrassing. Joe Kubert, guys like that who are a little low too. Ditko. I thought Ditko had a shot of being at the number 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, the 2 or 3 or 4 level. But still, I can't even imagine who number 2 is going to be unless it. But I tell you what, Gwagnar, that is because of whom we're talking about, the way these people have been on Tripwire, you might have nailed it, buddy.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
see.
Wag's onto something there, and
But I don't know.
I think it's going to be ridiculous. We'll have to see what happens.
Hey, as long as if he's number 2, then fine. But if they put the King at number 2, there's going to be hell to pay.
I know.
And I know you guys are hearing me, Tripwire. Because remember, before you get on your high horse with me, Tripwire, let me tell you this. I said this earlier. I'll say it again. You guys had some of your entries. You put what were supposed to be examples of the art of the artist, and they were the wrong damn artist. They used it by somebody else. So you don't have a lot of credibility. Just saying.
That was
Bob.
pretty bad, and they did it more than once. I mean, they did that at
No,
least a handful of
Bob Kane-
times.
No, Bob Kane was not on the list. Neither was Joe Schuster either. But so yeah. So anyway, but yes, the answer, Hungry Boy, is we will have some fun with it. You were invited, Hungry Boy, to be on that show.
But if his head explodes, that won't be so good.
Well,
Yes.
no, what I think he should do is I think he should actually record his reaction however he finds out, so he can't peek. Like, he has to reveal it on the show. He can't look. And he has to record it because I think that's going to be his million hit short. I'm telling you, man, just the reaction. If it's not who we all know it should be, if there's going to be hell to pay, Mark. You know this.
Ouch. Yeah.
You know Clubby as well as I do.
But Kirby's got to be
my.
number 1. I mean, I can't imagine picking,
Gotta be.
some of those.
People are dumb.
Yeah. Or, and I've also read too that what's his name? Topher, the Swiss guy in the 1830s. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. was also
What about him?
considered one of the first comics, the inventor of the comic.
Oliver
of the comic
Belamonte.
strip.
Hey there. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, but they're
Hungry
not going
Boy
to.
says
Hopper.
he won't cheat and his microphone will be on. And yeah,
Oh,
Oliver Belamonte, nice to see you.
Hey, and Zachariah, what's up, my friend?
What? He says, howdy, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Okay, I promised Raquel a look at some fun stuff from the past here.
Yes, please.
We
Everyone loves
haven't done this
kind of
before.
thing.
We haven't looked at this before.
I don't think so, sweetheart.
Some Slurpee superhero cups from the 70s that Gwag,
Oh, I
was
love
Gwag or
those.
somebody mentioned. I wish I still had
Those are the
online.
best. Yeah.
This was what it was so much fun.
Great art on there.
Yeah. So here we
And
go.
they're pretty expensive these days too.
Oh man, I love them. Oh, and there were tons of them. People will still have these. People.
I think I have a few of them somewhere in the basement. Yeah.
I used to have a few
Cool.
left, but not anymore.
1975. Wow.
Man,
there's some from 1973? Or is that
Oh, God,
just
yeah.
somebody
Oh,
get
yeah.
the date wrong?
Oh no, that's about roughly when they started, if I remember right.
Well, these are quite nice.
And both Marvel cups, both Marvel and DC had them. And
there weren't any.
you know.
There weren't any 7-Elevens in the part of Canada where I live at this time.
Oh, I got you. Well, these were 7-Elevens. That's where I got mine anyway, most of the time.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'd love to have these again.
They're gorgeous, yeah.
And some of them kept them in pretty nice shape too. And that's rare. That's gonna be tough to get these in good shape. One would think, right?
Yeah, the kids had them. You drink, use them, and just abuse them basically, right? Or they go in the dishwasher.
I was just going to say, come on, man. At
Right.
that time, Mom were just starting to get dishwashers. Imagine how many of them went through the dishwasher and got melted.
Or your mom
Faded
would
and
throw them in the
melted,
garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom would throw them in the garbage and all that kind of stuff. Of course,
Yep,
moms
of
everywhere
course.
threw these suckers in the garbage.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
some on Fleabay. There, some of them aren't
I'm trying to find some
priced
good
that
pictures.
badly. Actually.
It's the coolest thing on earth that you call eBay Fleabay because you consider it like the giant international flea market. It's
That's what
like
it
one of
is,
your
yeah.
coolest sayings. I love that you call it Fleabay. It never gets old for me because it's such a cool way of calling it. Yeah. Anyway, I love it.
My 7-Elevens are super old, mostly bollocks. Wait a minute. You're telling me a 7-Eleven sells Funkos? We're done.
Ooh, Fantastic
my
Four,
God,
Dr.
no.
Doom Slurpee, $15. Not bad.
Look how many this.
Mark,
I've been to comic shops that sell them.
Mark, you're not
what?
buying
What'd you find?
these.
Well, I'll put them on
No.
my Christmas list.
Yeah.
Here we go. If anyone
Mark,
wants to- here's the
don't
search.
buy
Look,
these.
I've seen them at comic shops. I bought a couple at comic
Yeah.
shops before. Like now they're too expensive. Like, but some people,
They're only about $15
Oh,
each.
man.
You hear
That's
that
not
voice,
bad.
folks? I know that
Exactly.
voice. I've known that voice for
And
over a
it's
year now.
expensive.
I thought there would be more than that. Well, of inflation,
He's
what did
gonna
the
buy
Slurpee
them.
cost
You
back
listen,
then?
I'm telling you. Mark, do
I gotta
not
get the
buy
FF.
these
I think
cups.
I might have. What are you, a voice of reason?
God, man, look how many there are.
And there's some
Look
cool
how many
ones
there
too.
are.
Look
These
at
suckers.
that
I want
Submariner.
the
That
Legion-
doesn't look anything like the
give
guy
anything
in
to
the
have-
movie.
Of course, I give anything to have the Legion ones. Oh my God, man.
Guys, is there a cap
Yes.
on how many were available? Like, do we know how many would be like the definite collection?
Oh God, no. I mean, sure, somebody knows, but I have no idea. There were so many of them. Mark put some kind of link in the.
Here's the
but
checklist.
no, there's
60
got a
different
checklist?
Marvel.
Want to
Yeah,
show it?
60
Or you wanna-
different. Yeah, I'll show it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me share it. Yep.
But
Let me
it's saying
present.
65 on that one source.
Well, maybe
65,
by
that'd be
year.
way more than that, maybe. Oh, that's just the old
But
checklist. No, there was
this
a lot
is
more
just-
than that. That's
Yeah,
just
this is
Marvel,
the Marvel,
probably, right?
Marvel, yeah, just
Marvel
Marvel.
and
Yeah.
DC both had 'em.
Okay.
Yeah, but just the Marvel. So here's.
I remember
That's
we
cool.
never I couldn't. I think
That's pretty
7-Eleven
cool.
had a deal with Marvel. I'm not sure, but it seemed like I could only ever find Marvel ones, and I never got. I remember seeing the DC ones later in ads and stuff, and I don't think I ever found the DC ones.
No,
Again?
and it should
That could be my
be.
flooded memory. What's that?
Now I want a cherry Slurpee.
Me too.
Mark.
I want a cherry. I love a cherry Slurpee. Sometimes I would get a cherry Coke one.
Oh, I love
And
cherry
then-
Coke. Cherry
Coke and
Coke is
cherry
the
Coke.
bomb.com.
The best. Yeah. Look, 60 different cups, collect them all. And that's easier said than done, by the way, because they would only put a few of them at each store at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get tough to get. Some of them
And-
repeats, but like Triton. I mean, wow, they even had Triton.
Can you imagine how rare some of those are, too? Because like Knight Rider, I don't even know if they did he really do him? Knight Rider, the original Ghost Rider, which was, by the way, originally he was called Ghost Rider. And, what the hell?
Red
I had-
Sonja? Woohoo!
Oh, yeah, that's Sonya. I had that one, I think. I had a few. I remember they did a Doc
not,
Savage.
Clobby. Jennifer Lawrence
I
is
did.
the first female superhero ever. Don't you know
Oh,
that?
Only in
Jeez.
movies. Only
Yeah.
in movies. I had that Doc Savage one. But I didn't buy it when it first came out because I never found it in the store. But I went to a comic shop back in the 90s and they were selling a bunch of these for like $3. And I bought and I don't know what happened to it.
Why is
Probably
there
like
a super
$40
stan?
now.
Why is there what?
Oh, what?
Why is there a
Because
super
that
stan?
super stand, because they're idiots. Because they're
Somebody needs shin kicks.
ugh.
Can we
Oh,
can we
yeah,
put him in the agony booth?
Why-
Oh, Captain
do you
James
think?
T. Skywalker.
But here's all the ones for sale, which is pretty cool. Look, I mean, how gorgeous
There's a
these
Lois
are,
Lane
too.
even.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, Cull, Hercules, Black Widow.
Don't!
Bolt.
I'll kick you.
Oh, the Submariner. They had two versions of Submariner too, with that costume.
Dave G. Sal made cheeseburgers for dinner tonight. Oh, that sounds so good. I had salad. Salad.
Yeah, I can't back away from the PC.
T.
catalog.
Skywalker.
I wish I should. Yeah,
What's up, dude?
the original Captain Marvel. Oh, the Medusa.
Sorry,
Before they
I was having
cut her
a problem
hair
with my
off.
mic, so I couldn't hear if you were.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
What's
these are not-
that?
yeah,
Wait. Go
which one?
back.
The cap.
No,
Khazar?
those colored ones.
Oh, that's new. That's
Oh.
the bunch of wrestlers. Yep.
Oh, no, not interested in that. Keep going,
Yeah.
boss. Keep going. Oh, Thor. That's for Steve Mitchum.
Yeah,
need to get
that's
him
a
that
cool
cup.
classic.
Could you imagine Maddie having her little apple juice in the morning in that cup?
There you go. Yeah, and the art is just so good. That's what's,
Like, that's
what's
my
great about
dad.
it. Spider-Man. Yep. Yeah, these are really cool as a kid. Yep. Yeah, two for wow, $20. Not bad.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
look
I
at-
don't know what happened. I got bounced out.
Your mic went out. Oops.
I got bounced
What?
out.
I didn't even notice. We
Mark,
looked
We're
at the
drooling
cup.
over these.
Mark might have done it. I don't know.
Good job, Mark.
Good
Hey there,
job,
Captain
Mark.
James
Yeah.
C. Skywalker, buddy. While you're doing that, I need to go take medicine. I'll be right back.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, honey. We'll
You have
hold
the
down the
con.
fort.
We'll hold the fort. Yep. Like a Nova there. That's a great Nova. And Scarlet Witch. No More
Mhm.
Mutants. I always love this Black Widow costume.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a classic. Yep. Oh, and this is for Eric K. Got the Surfer.
Oh, I'd love to send this to Eric. Ha ha ha. Can we please see all the pictures of it?
Mephisto.
That's
Yeah, it's
it.
very
The only
cool.
one picture of it?
No, and I'm going cycling through. So this is rotating the cup around. So
Oh,
they
this is
got the surf-
rotating the cup. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm who character is that there? Is that
I don't know.
doesn't look like Hellstrom. It looks more like probably like a demon. They're showing you the inside of the cup.
Oh, it looks like it's quite dirty inside. It looks like maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's never been
Well, you could
washed.
clean. You can clean that. Yeah, that's what
Mm-mm.
bleach is for.
I like how clean you are. Like, you know that you're never drinking out of that cup unless you put bleach in it.
Well, it's not to be drunk. You're not supposed to drink out of it anyway, I guess.
Well, I
but
think you should. Like, I
Yeah.
think sometimes with these things, you need to enjoy them. Imagine if we bought that cup for Eric and he had it every time we were on air, and he was, just sipping a what do they call it where Club is from? A sweet tea. Here we call it iced tea, but I think they call it
sweet tea is that's 2 parts sugar, 1 part tea.
Yeah, that's iced tea. That's gross. It's terrible.
Iron
Yeah,
Fist.
hungry boy.
Yeah, that cup's not as detailed. It's still very cool, but
Yeah.
let's see from price
Yo.
highest first. Let's see what they got.
Oh, I had that
Pre-owned.
torch one for sure.
Oh my
What?
goodness gracious!
Shut up!
Oh, that one's
Shut
super sand.
up!
Don't
Shut
show that
up!
on here. Get rid of that.
Look at this
$20,000.
bot.
Remove that foul-
$20,000. Go suck an
Remove that
egg and
foul
mostly
dribble.
say. Mostly a writer? What?
No, mostly never been a writer. Get that foulness off of there, would you? Jesus, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Oh, 7-Eleven Coolie Slurpee frozen drink
Die,
advertisement. Yeah.
Stan Cup, die. Palpatine, Pod Racing Palpatine says sacrilege. Tea should be served hot.
I love sweet iced tea, Arizona. Oh, I had these FF ones. These are fantastic.
The FF is great. Yeah.
No pun. X-Men. Well, these are the greatest ones.
Oh, look at the
$250
Galactus. For
Kirby
the whole
Galactus.
set. For a whole set. So is that check 1977? So is that 60 cups? Let's see.
JT Kirk says we should get the Stan Cup.
40 cups.
Just melt it in a campfire.
Stan created cups.
he created drinking.
He did. That's true.
Oh, the
That's
champions.
the champions.
Oh, that's
They
awesome.
used cover. Well, they were it's great how they just like used covers for these covers of comics for these cups. The real Shang-Chi.
Yeah. The real Captain Marvel.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
the real
We're
Howard the Duck.
enabling Darth Scipio right now. Darth Scipio is fully engaged and may buy some stuff off of Fleabay tonight. You want to know how I can tell the great enabler Mark D with the C? He has responded to you too much. You know what this means, right? He wants to see some
He's in
that are
trouble.
cheaper.
Well, this is the whole set too. Don't forget. So if you're a lazy collector, oh, and Ms. Marvel, that's old too, with the midriff showing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
she
was her
looks
first,
beautiful. That's
her
nice.
Yes.
first few issues. I think first
that
10 or
costume.
12, something like that. She had the midriff showing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should all have the midriff showing. I think all of these people who don't like the costumes should
Red
try
Sonja.
wearing them because you need a lot of ventilation. As a person who cosplays, I enjoy ventilation.
All right, I'm in favor of ventilation too. Then
You don't want to go to like a con and you look sexy and you feel sexy and you know everyone's walking up to you and they're telling you, so you know, you look so beautiful or I love it, and you're like 9 million degrees.
and look at Ghost Driver there. Oh no, Ghost Rider, the real one. This is another checklist.
Oh, what
I
are
guess,
these
too.
ones?
So this is 40 set of 40. So that's what
You're right, Steve. Sorry.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Incredible Hulk, Abomination, Fantastic Four, Galactic. Yeah, so each year they had probably a different variation. So I like this one, this set too. So they have actually characters, you know, fighting other characters. So
Buy the
Exactly.
Stan Cup so Minimus can paint Jack's face over it. That's such a good response. That's cherry. That is a cherry response.
very nice. Yeah.
They should have iced tea, sweet iced tea flavored Slurpees. I would love that.
Oh, there's what about
I've
that?
made that before, actually. I've made that.
What about that? Show that one to Darcy.
Which one?
The one that's only $97 or the one that's $79.99.
Oh, that's a set. Well, that's a set too. Yeah. So that's in
That's a
Great
good
Britain
price.
actually for
Yeah.
friends across the pond. It's 14 cups.
I was
Nice.
right. Darcipio, thank you
Oh,
for
I love 'em.
responding. I was correct. Look at what he says. Great things happen in eBay for people with patience.
These cups,
Patience.
Yeah.
And more
Oh.
patience.
cups are over 40-something years old, too.
Yeah.
45 years, 43, 44
No,
years old. something like that.
Darcipio, I think these are pretty cool cups, and I hope you
Is he really buying
land
those?
some. I don't
Are you
know,
really
but
getting those?
a lot of the people who are in our clubhouse and a lot of people who are in the 735 club, they do buy. But the thing is that they kind of count on us to figure out what's crap and what isn't, and we all shop together. And I mean, it's fun to shop with your friends, right? So
Yeah.
But there's no pressure on anyone to buy anything. To just buy it if it's okay for you and it's in your price point and it's something you really love. But don't feel pressure. I mean, Mark and Clobby put pressure on me by introducing books to me that they know I'll have to buy.
Not me.
Yeah.
Don't let Mark bully you into buying stuff.
Come on, we got to get the economy going again. Yep.
Worst thing is when Minimus gets a hold of me and he's like, look at the covers of these books. I'm like, Minimus, I have bills to pay.
Go back up to that 45 one or whatever.
Which one? This one?
No,
what are these?
Up more. The hell with those. Up more.
Up more.
Up more. That one there.
Oh,
that one, yeah.
That's a
nice set for 49.
simoleons. Oh, that's a really nice set
Black
for $50.
Bolt, Hulk, Valkyrie.
I like
Dracula.
that one. Yeah.
Nice.
So
The
there's
thing.
7 for $50. I think that's a decent little collection.
Yeah, that's how you
Black
start
Bolt.
collecting, and you buy a bunch and you buy another set. Yep.
I'd love to have the Dracula cup, but for different reasons. I've never read Dracula, but I would want it for Shelley.
And I love the character
cover.
bio on the back. Yeah.
Dracula was a great comic. Tomb of Dracula by Marvel. Love it.
Yeah, where's Dracula here? Yep. And who was it? Who was posting? Was it Hungry Boy? Someone cut out the coupon in that, or was that Claude? Someone posted on Twitter that someone cut
Claude
out.
got a Tomb of Dracula #1 a while back for not. I can't remember how much he paid for it. It was fairly expensive, and that some Jagaff had cut a coupon out, which was a danger back then.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't know when he bought it.
No, I don't remember. I think he said that. Did he tell me any of that?
I can't remember.
He told you and me that when he was last time he was on with us on the Geeker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. Well, you didn't have copy machines back then too, and there were no interwebs, so
Yeah.
you could send the coupon too. Plus, the comics were what considered throwaway. Yeah, who cares?
Palpatine. We did show a Howard the Duck cup a little while ago.
Yeah, that's Howard the Duck. Yeah, yeah.
I ripped out a page out of a comic when I was younger, not like fully like young, like a kid, but I was younger. I think I was in junior high, or maybe early, maybe later than junior high. I don't know, but I think it was Mad magazine, and I ripped the page out because it had was it Mad magazine? I'm not sure. I read a lot of Mad magazine at that time.
Love Mad magazine.
It was for sea monkeys, and I
sure, yeah.
I thought sea monkeys were so cool, and then I looked at the fine print and I knew it couldn't be real, but
I don't know if they ever had sea monkeys in Mad. It may have been a comic you're talking about, but
I think it might have been a comic. But I never read comics. So I wonder what it could have been. Maybe an Archie.
Never know. Maybe been an Archie. Oh yeah, they were in there.
And those are just sea bugs, literally sea bugs.
Yeah,
a Mephisto cup. Of course, it's a Silver Surfer cup with Mephisto on it, more like. But
yeah, that's so well done, though.
Oh no, Pod Racing Palpatine says that he doesn't think that they even have those cups in the UK.
Oh, actually, one set was for sale in the UK.
Yeah,
when I just showed,
yeah, one those were what me worry. No, I don't think they did. I don't know if they ever did any Doctor Who cups. No, that'd be cool.
Oh, what a great question, Ezra Goldstein. What a great question.
Back then, it would have been over there across the pond there, buddy. Not here in the States, unfortunately. We didn't have, they didn't make Doctor Who merchandise for us. What little merchandise we got in the 80s of Doctor Who came from over there. Because they used to sell it. We'd order it from over there, though.
Not to enable, but this set for £80 is in the UK.
Right, so these are from America, though. What we're saying is these were from America, but someone,
someone imported them. Yep.
So I can't imagine there being a 7-Eleven.
No, there wasn't.
If there was no 7-Eleven in Canada at that time, in the places where I lived and the places where we went to, because many of you know I grew up in a band and we traveled a lot, lived in a lot of places. I don't recall ever seeing a 7-Eleven anywhere. What I do recall at that time is Texaco mixed with Red Rooster, and the cat store, the black cat. What was it called? The one from the cartoon, and Max Milk and that was it. But I don't recall there ever being a 7-Eleven anywhere I lived.
We don't see them in any. We don't see them around me anymore. I don't know if you have them up there like you, Mark.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
had
have
them.
7-Elevens.
Yeah,
here.
we got them everywhere now.
Oh, really? We don't have them. I think Florida's the closest place they're here now. We haven't had them here for many years. Not 7-Elevens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a ton of 7-Elevens. Yeah.
Anybody,
None in
if
my town anymore,
if
but-
you see anything you like, you tell us right away. Oh, Dave G Sound. No, not Sylvester. What was that other the black cat that was like
Tom and Jerry. No, that's
that they
not
made
black.
the cuckoo clocks out of?
Oh, I'm
Crazy
picturing
Cat?
it. Oh, yeah.
What was that cat's name?
Yeah, I can picture him closing my eyes and picturing it. Was it Crazy Cat?
Cat?
But they gave him a nickname here, and they turned it into a convenience store. Was it Felix? But it was
Felix
the
the cat. Yeah, Felix the cat. Yeah,
I think it was Felix. Yeah, and it was that image of that cat, and
right.
oh, they were
Black and the
everywhere.
white. Yeah. And the
Yeah.
eyes would go back and forth. The
Yeah,
eyes would
yeah,
go
yeah.
jung, 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 jung.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat.
And Max Milk. We had Max Milk back then,
I
and
love that Vision
then
one.
Max became
That's
something
classic.
else.
It's amazing in Wanda how good those costumes worked after a while. The
Oh,
original
guys.
costumes in WandaVision.
I'm
Yeah,
so sorry to
totally
interrupt,
crystal.
but our good friend JD Lewis says, I'm loving tonight's show, but I am fading fast and I have a very early day tomorrow. Good night, friends. See you soon with a heart. JD Lewis,
All right,
we
JD.
love you. Glad you had
Night,
fun
JD.
tonight. Good to see you. Maybe we'll see you on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams and have a
Good
good
night,
day
buddy.
tomorrow. Bye,
Good
honey. Mwah.
And you're right, Hungry Boy. No, Fritz the cat. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have this cup. Yeah.
Yep. That's from a Kirby cover. Nice.
Well, that's what's so great.
Cow
They just
palaces?
get the
What
great
are
covers.
cow
in.
palaces?
Hum?
I don't know. Ezra Goldstein says, no cow palaces in your area growing up, Raquel. No.
Don't know that one.
No.
Well, that one's clean.
Never
too.
heard of that. Yeah, that's a good. That's a clean. You could drink out of that one. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's been taken care of, or maybe somebody took some bleach to it, like Mark
I
said.
think some people did take care of them pretty well. There were a lot of them made. You know, comics were big back then.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but it seems like everyone smoked back then, so I'm
It's true.
impressed that they're not even like deep
yellowed up. A lot of them are
yellow.
yellowed. Yeah. No, that's a good point.
You go for breakfast, you know, or even after church, and even
Right.
half the parishioners, like you're in a restaurant of 500 people. And remember when we didn't even have smoking sections, but then when the smoking section was there, it didn't do
Voila.
anything. We still
The smoking
have a
section on the
restaurant.
plane.
Yeah, it's like 200 people on one side of the room not smoking, and 200 people on the other side of the room
Yeah.
chain smoking.
Yep.
Look at
Remember
him.
them? Was it I love it. Warlock, Starlin Warlock. Remember the
What
movie
does he say here?
Once I was called him, but the High Evolutionary made me into something more, something different.
Oh.
I was created by man, but now I am more than bloody man. I am Adam Warlock, and I'm going to be really crappy looking in the new movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, coming out next year to a theater near you.
Yeah, but I have his first appearance. I have his first appearance, so I'm hoping it goes up in value. Yeah, what number was that? I forget the number.
You know me, a number 60 something or whatever,
Phantom will let
80
us know.
90 something, 70 something.
Yeah, I do have his
I
first
just know it was a
appearance,
Kirby issue when he
of
was
him.
called him,
Him, yeah.
but that was before he was called Adam Warlock. But he looks like dog crap in that Guardians trailer.
Ezra Goldstein. I have throughout my life, I have lived in Ontario. I have lived in Manitoba. I have lived in Alberta, British Columbia, for a very short time in northern Montana. So no, I have never seen a cow palace before, but it sounds very intriguing. Yeah.
Wow, these older DC ones.
Those are nice. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Aqualad, Lois
These are
Lane.
super old. What year are these?
No, this was in a few years earlier. I guess I'm thinking.
Look at that
Look at those.
plastic.
Oh, the
Look at those
mid-70s.
boots.
That
Look at
is
those
some
boots.
old plastic. Look at how sturdy that cup is. That is an old cup. What year is this?
I'm not sure. Well, maybe the next picture will tell
I
us.
have
Early
not
70s.
seen plastic that thick and that like that color and that constitution for a very long time.
Well, it was
Wow.
like more
70s.
expensive to make. Yep.
Ezra says I grew up in northwestern Ontario, specifically Thunder Bay. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I'm a TO brat myself.
Tough to see the year there, but
What year does it say,
I
Mark?
can't zoom in. It doesn't let me zoom in.
73 or 4, probably.
That is such a nice cup.
I want to
That's nice.
It's kind of blurry. Yeah.
So cool.
Well, it is, but it's blurry probably in the bottom there. Yeah.
It's
definitely
me as,
70s. Yeah.
Yeah, it just strikes me as odd because that actually looks like 1960s plastic to me.
I want the Legion cups.
Well, here, let's look for some Legion cups. Yep.
Oh man, go ahead and torture me with the Legion cups.
And the thing is, probably back in the day, these are, in the 80s, you could get these pretty cheap at cons or,
Yeah.
Well,
Bobby was just saying that he saw them in the 90s in comic book shops.
Yeah, you can still find them in comics sometimes. There's Cosmic Boy. By Dave Cockrum. Hey, Cardinal Sam, what's up, buddy?
There you go, everyone.
There you go, Hungry Boy. There's a Dave Cockrum Cosmic Boy.
Thank you, Cardi. He just gifted 20 memberships. Wow, that's incredible.
Wow, thank you so much, Cardi.
And if you're new here or if you're just lurking here, Cardi just bought 20 memberships. So if you don't know how to access those memberships, please get a hold of somebody who has a ranch. You just go up to the top and you just click
on the present here. Yep.
Accept gifts from members, and then you will receive a free membership. And membership has its privileges. We have wonderful membership streams, and we also have some cool emojis that are made just for this room. And they're great fun. So please take advantage of that gift from the great Cardinal Sin. Gil,
thank you so much, Gil. You're too kind, buddy. Thank you. Oh, you saw some football. The other ones I used to get were the football cups.
Football, yeah.
See, that cup didn't bend when you picked it up. That cup you could drink juice in that.
No, that was sturdy stuff right there.
This is not
Richard Gordon cup.
Yeah, it's a good cup. You could put this cup between your knees at the movie theater and eat popcorn, and it wouldn't spill everywhere and the bottom wouldn't give out. I miss these. And I miss the old cans too that didn't have all the BPA and all the plastic and all the crap. Just want a plain can. What happened to cans? Remember the cans that Pepsi used to come in, and they had you had to pull it off the metal tab, or you had the two little holes and you had to push the two little holes in the burp hole and then the drink hole. Everything's crap now. Crap.
Crappity crap face. Elongated man.
Like that. Nice. Yeah, but he should have a taller cup.
But
Mark. This is a good one. That's a gooder.
Trevor, I don't think Dairy Queen ever had superhero cups. I used to get football cups, I think, from them. They had 7-Eleven had the football cups. I used to get those from there. They even had I wasn't that much into baseball, but they had like the baseball helmet cups. So they were shaped like a helmet, but you get Slurpee in them. So yeah.
And they had elongated.
There you go. Look, Sonny Jurgensen. Look.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
That's old time.
That's old. I used to buy those.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I mean, what did these cost back in the day?
Old, man. These cups
you just
old.
got. Didn't you just get the? Look at that.
Most have got that one.
Yeah.
I was to say, like, didn't you just
look?
Did you have to pay extra for these, or this just came into your Slurpee?
You got I guess it was probably maybe a bit a quarter more. I don't know, maybe it was like a quarter more or something, or like a quarter. Then you get this. I don't know. I don't
think it was that much money. So I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was.
No.
It's not like today when you go to Disney. Would you like the souvenir cup for $25?
You're like, what? Yeah, I wonder what company made these cups, because these cups are gorgeous, but I don't think these cups were made in the 70s. These are the plastic cups.
It's a 73. This one.
Yeah, but 70s. I wonder who made. I wonder if this was the Dixie Cup company, because these are very, very much the very high quality 1960s plastic cups I remember growing up. These things were so cool. These are cool cups.
The Watcher.
Yeah, that's a great
That
one.
was faded pretty good. It's only like $7 though.
Yeah,
Kirby
faded,
watcher.
So cool.
Wow. My father was one of the first of our race. So his father violated the Prime Directive. Interesting.
Hey, PvP's here.
1975.
He says, you got it right,
Hey,
Raquel.
PvP.
Hey.
Quality is gone, as is respect for the
PvP.
customer experience. It's all about cheap, overpriced crap and not caring what customers think. Oh my gosh, like that's one of the best comments you've ever left online, PvP. I totally agree. I totally agree.
I think I had this.
That's
Ooh,
cool.
that's a
man.
good one. Imagine selling a cup of a nude girl to kids.
Yeah, but
If I remember right, I love the movie, so I had to have it.
it's okay. It's all right. People have bodies.
That's a
That
joke.
might have been at the theater. Is it a 7-Eleven cup?
Yeah.
Gord Downey had this on a t-shirt. Gord Downey is like a god in Canada. He's like, I don't even know what the equivalent would be in your country, but Gord
that
Downey
was
from
at
the
the theater.
Tragically Hip has that t-shirt.
Andy
It's a
Masterson.
promo cup. Yeah.
Hey,
Andy Masterson,
Andy!
hey there. I either
It's a
had it or I
promo
saw
cup,
one of my
yeah.
friends had it and I wanted it. I can't remember which because I'm old. But I would have loved to have that Vigilante cup. Oh man, look at the Tarzan one. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
beautiful.
would love that.
So beautiful.
Wow, it's a rare one.
Lord Greystoke.
Real name John Clayton, Lord Greystoke. I love it. Love Tarzan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. I remember that jingle.
Mm-hmm.
8 smack rolls.
That's not a bad price for that.
8 plus
Hell no.
6, 14, $15.
See, I would have thought one like that because that's not one you think of when you see these cups.
Yeah, I think that'd be more
I would have been up there.
more rare.
I had a
yeah.
duck. I wonder how the ducks. I want to have the Duck Savage one. Anybody? Because I bought that one. Oh, there's one. I think was it JD or someone talking about this one earlier. The Triton one by Neil Adams. $5.
$10
Kinda
total
shipping that
with
in.
shipping.
I remember
That's pretty
Freedom
good.
was waiting for you at 7-Eleven.
Hmm?
Nothing, just Dave G. Sounds saying, yeah, before thank heaven for 7-Eleven, the slogan was freedom is waiting for you at 7-Eleven. Anyway, I just remember that, hearing that a couple of times.
I never heard that one.
Yeah.
As one of the Inhumans, I am considered an outcast, but now I found my place on a Slurpee cup. Now I can breathe in Slurpee instead of having to breathe in water. I could just swim around in Slurpee cups all day and hang around with the other Inhumans, but none of them can breathe Slurpee like I can. I am now Triton of Slurpee.
That's awesome.
Hysterical.
That's great art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil Adams. Oh, they just took art right off of comic book pages.
Yeah.
But
And
fortunately, they
covers.
pick good art. They pick good
Usually,
stuff.
yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Then-
Oh wow.
Yep.
You passed by Captain Marvel.
Well, I'll go back, but yeah, look, 8 of them for $20. That's not bad. It's a
Not
mix.
bad at all. It's a
See, the
champion.
cup looks different now, though. That cup,
What's a newer cup? Yeah.
The plastic is not the same. I'm telling you, those early 70s cups, they were purchased by 7-Eleven in some type of deal, but those cups were purchased from a factory where they were all made at once. That is beautiful, and I haven't seen that in forever and ever and ever. That's when plastic was actually like good and useful, and yeah, now it sucks.
Well, then the bean counters got in and said, "Hey, these cups are costing too much. Let's make them
Real
cheaper."
deal.
I mean,
Real
they can make
Captain
them. They
Marvel.
can make them like that now too. It's just a matter of it's a giveaway how much money you want to spend.
Real deal, Captain Marvel. Now, New Orleans is sinking, but I don't want to swim. Says Ezra. I didn't know you were in New Orleans.
That
New Orleans is below sea level. New Orleans is. I used to live there.
Well, that is the song, isn't it? Ezra Goldstein from the Tragically Hip. One day we're gonna play it for Clobby.
Maybe I've heard it.
Yeah, Gord Downey is like somebody who wasn't really a musician and he wasn't really a singer. What he was is like a poet.
Oh, Superman.
Who became the front man of a band and was singing and doing all of these. His lyrics were more like surreal poems, And so he's the sound, he's the voice, he's the conscience of Canada. So.
Well, he knew what he was talking about. He must have visited New Orleans because, like I said, it is below sea level. Do they have the Doc Savage Cup?
I shall search for that. But like in this cup, they have Superman as on the TV news, so that dates the cup too. So he's no longer a reporter.
That was when he was an anchorman.
He's a WGB anchorman. Yep.
Oh, nice. Maddie's daddy, Steve, has to leave. Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
He says, in the words of REO's Speedwagon, I believe it's time for me to fly.
Fly. Come fly with me. Come fly away.
Who are you looking for, Mike? I forgot
Doc
already.
Savage?
Doc Savage. Yep. What a garbage memory.
When I had
whatever, you had a busy day. Relax.
There
you
it
had
is.
a busy day, and now you're looking through merch. Don't be so mean to yourself.
Doc Savage and Sergeant Rock. I
Oh,
bought
that's
this cup. That's a John B. Simon Doc Savage on there. I bought this cup back in like the 90s at a comic shop for $3. And I lost it.
Oh, you lost it?
I lost it before I got home. I bought it in Dallas at a comic shop, and I forgot what happened to I lost it before I got home.
Oh, poor R2 that's got a bad motivator there. Don't put him on the Legos there. You're bending him.
That's not in good shape either.
Shin kicks.
No.
Shin kicks.
It's in
$50.
Great Britain, actually. Yep.
We should
Any other
send
ones?
Retro Dickie over there to give him some shin kicks.
Anybody else selling it?
Let's see.
Not that I was.
Yeah.
Oh,
$45 from Japan.
mm.
What? That's the only two on Fleabay? Wow.
I think it was maybe either the 90s or early 2000s when I went to a shop in Dallas, and I bought it and I had it in the back of the car. I forgot somehow, some way it got lost. I can't remember what happened.
Oh.
I think it was one of the years I was bringing the kids to some con or something. It got mixed. I don't know exactly what. But
Who knows, right?
I was not happy.
I once melted a record between
In the
gigs.
car?
I left the record in the the back window and it melted.
Oh yeah. I remember those
These are
NFL
fun.
cups.
Yeah, these are fun.
Pod Racing
Fun
Palpatine
cups.
said, if I had unlimited money and power, I'd buy all of these.
Mm.
Yeah, why buy Twitter? Buy Slurpee cups.
That's what I would buy.
Leave that
Amongst other
poor
things.
guy alone. That guy gets so much crap. It's terrible.
I'm right there with you, Pod Racing Palpatine, buddy. That's what I would get.
Yeah.
I'd get all those Slurpee superhero cups and even the old football cups that I used to. I remember I'd get aggravated that there were no superhero cups in certain times, but they'd have the football cups, so I'd just get those.
Are you eating popcorn?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. God, what a set that is. Ooh. See, if you're
I'm
lazy
sorry.
and you got money, unlimited money, you just buy the whole set. Yep. Right.
I like how you attribute laziness to it too, because for you, it's the find that also carries the feelings. So it's not just having the thing as though it's something to own. It's that each is a trophy, each is a journey, each is a memory of tracking it down. It's almost like completing a puzzle for you.
Yeah.
I just love how sincere you are in how you describe your geekdom. It's pretty darn cool, Mark.
Thank you. Yeah, it's too easy if you can just buy it all at once.
300. What the hell?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Darcy
that?
wants to know if anyone on the panel has ever collected these or other cups.
I
bought
have
them. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I have a whole a box in my basement, one of those storage bins of filled with cups stacked together because the missus got mad I had so many in the cabinets. But like baseball, football, some superhero cups. I think I have a couple of these old Slurpee cups. I have to go check. I know right where they are. But I ended up with it. I would be the kind of guy in a stadium that would go around and grab the cups after the game and stack like 4 of them together because people would throw them out. And, they were like, sometimes there was like an extra $8 or whatever for the souvenir cup. So I just snag them and bring them home. I'm a
Pod
hoarder with
racing
that kind of stuff.
Palpatine. Be nice to these guys.
Hockey
They're
cups.
Americans. We love Americans.
No, real
Soccer,
football.
foosball,
NFL.
real football.
You mean egg hand?
Well, it's shaped like it is more shaped like a foot than an actual soccer ball is.
Right?
Egg hand.
Oh, the banana
The
splits.
banana splits cups. Oh, I think I
One
had
banana,
these.
two banana, three banana,
Banana
four.
four
Five.
banana, five banana. Watch the show more and more. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember the song either.
I can't remember.
I used to love the banana splits.
Dar
they're great.
CPO, I have a small collection of Star Trek glass cups.
Yeah.
I believe my collection, it's obviously it's TOS. You guys know TOS is it's
King,
like
king.
TOS is life. Anyway,
Yes.
I have the complete TOS, and I believe I would need to check, but I'm pretty sure they're from
look at
the
that.
early 90s.
Wow, look at that.
A wildcat.
Yeah, Wildcat. I've seen the Wildcat one and the Green Lantern one, and look at that Robin one from like old Jerry Robinson looking. He's got a mixed bag right here. He's got a Dick Butkus cup. Look at that.
Wow.
Go big. Pick that. Highlight.
Oh,
that
they have
again.
Hour Man too.
But there's
Wow.
Brainiac 5. Ah! You know what a Legionnaire and Lex Luthor. Look at that old Batman one with the
Giving up
Bruce
his
Wayne.
identity.
This is the
Wow.
worst enabling episode. I've never heard Clobby make that noise before.
Accident. Look at Dick
That's
Butkus.
hysterical.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh my god.
god. I love it.
Bring it on Kid Flash.
Victorious life.
The Atom.
Flash,
Captain
the
Cold.
The Riddlers. Look at the Atom. They have two Brainiac 5s. The bastards.
So how much is
Yeah.
Brainiac 5 all by itself?
Oh, I don't know. They probably
let's
don't sell them
look.
individually. He
Let's
doesn't have them
look,
listed by
Marky
himself.
Mark and the Funky
see.
Bunch.
Nah, they have a lot.
This
The whole.
is $150, but let's see.
It's cold now. Bobby does not have a stroke. I shall not have a stroke. I broke my split at Valley Pickle. But I do think that we're not going to do a show talking just like this all the time. That no one will listen. It's all right. It'll still be fun.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell just happened.
What's
Sorry.
going on is that you are extremely entertaining and I love your voices. So how much was that cup there, Mark?
Well, that was they're both about $15. This one looks like it's a little bit better shape.
Yeah. Nah, too much. Cause see, here's why it's too much.
Why?
They've done almost the whole.
Oh, this one's
this
cracked.
picture of Dave Calcrum Legion is cracked. There's too much because they've done the whole Legion. I couldn't just have Brainiac 5 or Cosmic Boys to show. I would want them all, and that's just not going to happen. One day I'll get them.
Here's
I'll snag them all.
Here's the checklist.
One of these days.
Let's see. Oh, I can't zoom in on it.
Captain
There's your
James T.
checklist there.
Skywalker. You know what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna ask you for your agonizer.
JT.
Look at
What,
what
who,
James.
what, when?
Look at what Captain James T. Skywalker said.
Uh-oh. The
Oh,
yes, I
Wesley
do have
pressure
it.
cup.
Well, what's wrong with that? I had something to drink my like sulfuric acid out of.
Wow.
I wouldn't clean my toilet with a Wesley
Clea.
pressure cup.
Wow.
Clea, that's pretty cool. But yeah, JT Skywalker, I'm afraid I'm
She's in
gonna
the
have to
movies
ask.
now.
Afraid I'm gonna have to ask for your.
Agonizer, please.
You got in trouble. You got in trouble.
Wow, these are nice. Yeah.
You don't want to make Clobby angry. Otherwise, you know what will happen? We'll have mirror universe Clobby.
Oh, and they have a holder for the Slurpee cups.
What? That's weird.
That
What if
is
you wanna-
very weird.
What if
Don't
you
get
wanna
your
look at
hands
the
too
damn,
cold.
yeah.
Maybe that's for the cheap cups. Yeah. Let's see.
I think
14
fortunately
cups
they
for
didn't make a
$100.
Wesley cup. Well, not that I know of.
Oh, look. Hanna-Barbera.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Scrappy. and
Crappy
Scooby.
do.
I like you. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
Dixie cups, $99. It's like, what is wrong with you? Some of these people on eBay, they're like bat poop crazy.
Flea Bay there. Well,
wow,
Sick.
June
JT
Carter and
Kirk
Johnny
says that
Cash.
somebody on Etsy has a Wesley Crusher themed 16
well, there you
ounce
go.
plastic cup with the top and straw.
Good. My life is complete now.
Seriously? Oh, somebody needs to close down Etsy. I wish I were a billionaire. I'd just buy Etsy and shut it down.
Well, Will Wheaton's the only one that has it, probably. Well, Will Wheaton and
yeah,
Eric.
he's the only one who has it.
Eric probably has
Reggie.
Thank you for the $5 super chat there. The great Cardinal Sin. Appreciate you, buddy. He says, all my best to Clobby, Raquel, and Mark, to the mods and chat. Sorry I'm late, but I had the audacity to stream at the same time. So it's my damn you. You did what? You did what, sir? How dare you? You Cardinal Sin. I, Clobby, challenge you to a duel, sir. A duel of something. We'll figure out what to do.
How many Slurpees can you drink in a row?
Yeah, the Tiger Stripes. Lovely to see you.
Hello.
Well, Cardinal I'm just afraid it's just over between us, man. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna have to come on one night and suffer your punishment. You'll have to come hang out. We'll be one night here soon. We'll set it up, and I'll just berate you the whole time.
He says, I hang my head in shame, Clobby.
You should. Shame on you. Didn't you know I own YouTube? It's all mine. It's all mine. Hey, I better not catch anybody streaming when I'm streaming, all right?
Oh, another Brainiac.
Oh, cool Brainiac.
Oh, what's that little thing on his shoulder?
That's his brainy monkey thingy. God, I forget the name of that
Weird-looking
thing.
creature.
Phantom Outsider. What's the name of his stupid monkey? I can't remember it now. You better know.
It's
or
a
you're
hairless
fired.
Monkey. Weird looking.
You are fired if you don't know Phantom Outsider. Good to see you there, Tiger Stripes. Hope you're doing well there. Man, these are some old ones who look. Oh my God! Why don't you show the Lightning Lads? I want to see the front of that one.
Oh yeah. Here you go.
I think they have
there
them. Yeah,
there you go.
there they are.
Dave Cockrum. Oh, I love that. Dave Cockrum, Supergirl. Fantastic.
That's the classic costume. Yep. That's a good costume.
I love that costume. She had millions.
That's a doable costume because in real life, you could do no superheroing in any of these outfits. Trust me, I cosplay. I want ventilation.
Right.
I don't care how anybody feels about it. The more ventilation, the better.
That's true. Hey, Brian Hepburn. Hey there. Fun fact: while Clobby owns YouTube, it's well Travis and Stanley invented it. Of course he. I remember when I said, "Hey, I've got this idea. Hear me out. It's called YouTube, and it'll be on the internet. You can make videos and stream. Eventually you'll be able to stream on there live. I know you don't know what stream means because I haven't invented it yet." And then this dickhead named Clobby will come along and ruin it for everybody else. Tundra. I love Thunder.
This guy in Great Britain has a lot of the same lot of cups.
It's an alien monkey.
Yeah, he's an alien. I just can't remember his damn name.
Coco was a small white alien monkey that lived aboard Brainiac's starship. Cool.
Thank you, Brian. Yep. Thank you, Brian. I didn't feel like looking it up.
That was Eric.
Sergeant Rock.
Oh no,
Brian
answered too.
Brian and Eric. So
yeah.
Both of you. Co-creators.
These are new ones, yep.
Nice.
Wild West, yeah. There's, back they don't do as much of this stuff now, too, obviously. But McDonald's had all this did they have Star Wars cups and Superman cups? Glass cups.
Wait, did you say Thundar? I want the Thundar pint. Where's a Thundar pint glass? I want that too. Is there a Thundar glass?
It must be expensive because Gil Singh will go halfsies
on it. I want it. If there's a Thundar one, I'm all over that one.
Thunder.
Another Barbarian glass. I have the Blu-ray. I have the Thundar figure.
That Blu-ray just came out, didn't it? Pretty recently.
About a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
year and a half. I have that Thundar
Oh my
figure.
God,
I
look
wish
at
I had
this.
how much he is now.
165
Holy shit! I got that at Suncoast. Remember Suncoast?
Yep.
Suncoast
Remember
video.
Suncoast, yeah.
I did
Yep.
like a jackass though. I didn't get Ookla and Ariel. Now they're expensive. I wish I had Ookla and Ariel. God, I'm an idiot.
Lamar.
Or to quote Ookla. So he talked.
Wow, he ain't cheap.
Good Lord, is he? How much is he? Don't tell me. Look at Ariel's $200.
$200,
my
yeah.
God, I'm an idiot.
Imagine if he were
I've done-
articulate, he'd be double the price.
I've done the same thing too. It's like,
oh no,
when they were like selling starships at Toys R Us for $5. It's like, why don't I buy like 20 of them? Just, you know.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. $200.
I only bought one.
At least I got Thundar. Son of a bitch, I was being a cheap ass, I guess. I mean, I wanted them both at the time. I can't remember what happened. I could never really afford China. Not that I could afford them now, but I'm just saying, if they were a reasonable price. But this is absolutely stupid. $200.
We can get the Funko Pop set for $50.
Yes, you can. You certainly can get them.
And you can get kicked off the stream too.
Pop this, Funko. I will see a pint glass there, Cardi.
Haven't seen.
What's the deal with that?
I'm going fast. Let's see if we.
The McDonald's
Oh,
Empire Strikes Back Muppets.
thermos.
Cool.
Thermos bottle.
Thundar?
Yeah, Thunder Thermos
They
right here.
didn't do much. They didn't do much merch on back then.
It must have been from a lunchbox. It must have had lunchboxes.
Yeah, that's another thing. Have you ever gone down that rabbit hole? Have you ever looked
the
at all the
lunchbox.
lunch boxes there are?
Oh
Raquel,
my
have you ever
God.
seen how many freaking lunch boxes? They're fun to look at.
Yeah, like this one.
They are fun. Lunch
I had a
boxes
brown
are fun
bag.
to look at.
A brown bag.
I only have a few collectors' lunch boxes. Some of them are collectors' ones. Look at those old ones though. Tiger
This
Stripe
is a new one.
says never go by what someone is asking. Hit the advanced button and look at the sold listings to see the real figures. Thank you. Good
Very
point.
good,
Thank you for that, Tiger Stripes. I can't. If it were $3, I couldn't afford it anyway. But I'm just saying, 200 is ridiculous. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
That's an ornament. Yep.
They probably
Hallmark.
have whole websites with all these pictures of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an ornament.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice one. Yep.
But if
I'm
you ever
trying to
looked at all
see.
the crazy, everything. I mean, everything had a lunchbox back then. Oh, look at that. Jeez. 1979 vintage. Look. Oh,
When I'm
my
currently
God.
having a sneezing fit, but I am here.
Okay.
Those aren't ornaments. Those are
No, this
bookends.
isn't.
No, the other one before was a Hallmark card. This is a.
This is an
they
actual
do
lunch
sell
Like
like.
an actual ornament?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they have-
Hallmark sells.
The one he was showing of the Star Trek. one
Why
before,
would you
yeah.
want a lunchbox ornament?
I have a
Please
few of 'em.
explain
Because
this to me.
lunchbox were huge in the 60s and 70s and 80s.
Everyone had them.
Lunch boxes of everything you could imagine, from comics, movies, TV shows, all of it. They're gigantic. You would not believe how many there are. And so that's like a throwback to the old days when everyone had a lunchbox of their favorite TV show or movie. Look at that beautiful thing right there.
Amazing. I grew up in the 70s, and I never had one of these. I had a brown
Ooh,
bag.
this was in terrible shape.
It's terrible shape, unfortunately. Yep.
You had a brown bag. A lot of us
I did.
had brown bags, but we always eventually got a lunchbox. Thing is, man, I mean, I have a couple collectors' lunch boxes, throwbacks, and yes, like I said, but man, if you could just go, not to hell with eBay.
Yeah,
I'm sure
dude.
there's a site
Yeah.
that shows like a bunch of old
Yeah.
lunch boxes. They're fun to look at, man. They're just beautiful because they did, you name it, it had a damn lunchbox.
Let's do price for shipping highest first. That always get, even though that's ridiculous prices, but
Oh, get out of town.
Whoa!
Ooh,
what in the-
emergency.
Get
emergency
Oh, it's
lost.
gotta
lunchbox? I knew you were looking for an emergency one.
I don't know. I can't be. I mean, that's just.
Come on.
But you never know. But yeah, emergency. Ooh, I love emergency. Letter of
Wow.
authenticity.
Oh my! Well, how does it
Oh,
have a letter?
it
of
was
is
signed.
that a
Oh, it was
collector's?
signed by.
Oh, signed by
Ralph
somebody.
Ralph Mantooth and Kevin Ty. The
Oh,
emergency
Randolph.
guys. See,
Darius Munchausen, what's up, buddy?
Oh,
cool.
emergency. That's a show I miss.
love
That's
emergency.
pretty cool right there. Not in the greatest of shape, but
Yeah.
Look how much it is. Oh God, look at that Superman one. 1954.
1954.
Well, that's pretty nice.
It was in good shape too.
Is that thermos too big to fit in the damn thing? Or
Maybe if you turn it sideways, it fits.
I don't think that fits.
oh, so that's weird.
Let's see.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Oh,
That
art.
is beautiful. Darius Munchausen is here.
Hey, you didn't hear me say hello to him?
I didn't know. Well, I'm having a sneezing fit. I'm sorry. Darius!
There he is. Cool.
That's one of
Holy-
the that's one of the
holy
little
shit.
lunch boxes I have is that one.
Well,
Is
Hopalong
the
Cassidy.
Hallmark, yeah, but not that exact design. But oh, look at how
Lost in
cool this
Space.
one is.
Oh my God.
I know you'd love this one.
Look,
as soon as I saw
Yeah,
that.
you know, dude, I wanted this so bad as a kid.
Oh, and that's
wow.
that's
One
the
of this-
actual toolbox kind of lunchbox. So that later on they
Mhm.
switched to the flat one. This is the one with the top.
When I was a
opens.
kid, the two things that meant most to me in life was the Batman TV show and Lost in Space. They were my religion as a
wow.
5, 4, and 5 and 6-year-old, 7. Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice shape, yeah.
Oh my God.
1967. That's older than me.
Unfortunately, it's not older than me.
Look how cool
I love the
looks.
Jupiter too. Oh no, I love it. Got a close
And
up
the
on there.
robot.
No.
Nice.
Well, zoom in, yeah. After when I go out, I'll go through
I
all the
love
pictures
that.
here. Then I can. Well, this is in great shape too. There's no rust.
It is in good shape. Wow, man, I wanted that so bad. Any Doctor Who lunch boxes, Ezra? They weren't made here, but I'm sure on your side, over there on the other side of the pond from us, they made them. Yeah, that they made Doctor Who lunch boxes.
Does that match the
What?
the thermos match the? Is that Lost in Space too? With this?
Let me see it.
What with the? Would that be Lost in Space too with the capsule like that and the?
That capsule's not from it, but can we see any other pictures
No.
from any other angles?
Let's see. They've got a
No,
parachute.
It doesn't look like it's
That's not
anything to do
Lost
with Lost in Space.
in Space. Yeah.
It doesn't look like Lost in Space.
No, yeah,
Not the thermos.
not the thermos. Yep. So let's see. We want to zoom in on.
Are they making the claim that it does?
I know. Let's see here. Let's see. Thermal glass bottle has been removed.
Thermos glass bottle.
So it's a Apollo launch. Yep. Yeah, so it doesn't match Lost in Space, but he put that Apollo launch. That's what I was wondering. It looked like an Apollo launch or Mercury program. Yep. Gunsmoke.
Wow.
Green Hornet.
How expensive that is. Jesus Christ. That's a good
It's in
shape.
great shape.
Wow.
I mean, it's used a little bit, but nice shape. Yeah.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. It's like,
Only 1,800 smackerels.
is that all? Wow.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
Oh, the Beatles and Yellow Submarine. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Davy Crockett.
Bullwinkle. Not Bullwinkle. I'm sorry.
Dudley
Do right.
Wow.
Oh,
from
I get-
here.
It wasn't on there or on Mountaintop, Tennessee. Never mind.
Bozo the Clown.
Wow. Bozo.
Popeye. Star Wars.
I miss those
probably
old
had one of
Popeye cartoons.
I'm strong to the spinach because I eat me spinach. Get up by the sailor man.
1,300 for a cat. I think Mom's got one of those
What?
in the attic.
Cabbage Patch Kids. Come
that
on. Now.
can't be. No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That is
no.
Underdog.
Oh, underdog.
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 Underdog. When criminals in this
Speed
world
of
appear
lightning.
and
Yeah.
break the laws that they should fear and frighten all who see and hear. It's time the cry goes up for Flora and Everett. Underdog. Underdog.
Oh, sold.
It's old.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder. Underdog. I love it. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
lost
Don't
control.
be sorry.
Oh, Underdog was so good.
I love it. Simon Bar Sinister.
The only thing that was dangerous about that was I tried to get into my mom's pill boxes because I wanted superpowers like Underdog. They changed that in later iterations because he'd take a magic pill out of his ring.
Lisa.
Lisa's here.
Yeah,
Hey,
good
Lisa.
to see you, Lisa. Yeah,
She
we
She
all
says,
want-
I used to have a Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Oh, nice. See, like you said, Mark, we all thought a pill was going to give us superpowers because of this show, but we managed to survive anyway.
Yeah, we did. Yep. Barely.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Oh, look at these Star Wars ones. I probably had these as a kid too. Some of these.
Oh, wow.
Because they get beaten up
But
and
the
mom would throw
Empire
them
one-
out. Didn't you know?
I wanted that one, but I was at the time. I was you didn't buy. I was in I guess in high school, and you didn't buy kitty lunch boxes when you're in high
Well,
school.
that's just it. You get older, and then you don't have any of this stuff because it wasn't appropriate to have it at that time.
But I want it now.
Well, the 70s. I was a kid in 77, so I would have had this. Yeah.
I have a pretty cool
I think.
Star Wars throwback. I have a couple of cool throwback lunch boxes. Remember back in the 90s, they came out with some throwback lunch boxes. I have a cool one, the Star Wars one. I got a great Alex Raymond Flash Gordon one, a couple of superhero ones here and there and stuff.
Oh, look at the bus, the VW bus. Yep.
Please tell me you didn't have a Star Trek or a Star Wars lunch kit in 1983. You did not.
Who?
Not me. No.
Okay, good.
Of course you did.
No, but 77, I was only.
Like, how
10
old are
years
you?
I was born in 68, so
I know,
77.
he has an
still,
excuse.
in 83, I totally didn't have
No,
a-
not in high school. No.
Oh.
Tiger Stripes, you could tell us that story if you wanted to, but if you refuse, I understand. I won't pry, but we're here for you.
Monsters.
Oh, wow. Look at the monsters.
Oh, that's
Bum,
cute.
bum, 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 bum. Love it. I love that car.
65.
That was
It
a great
reminds
show.
me of the Beverly Hillbillies. It's another family inside of an outrageous car. Open
That's
car.
a great car.
The Bee Gees lunchbox. Wow.
$1,000.
I know how you must feel, Tiger Stripes.
Smoky Bear.
Smokey Bear. Popeye.
I love the old Popeye.
Wow.
Ooh,
Man from
man.
Uncle. 945.
Do they have a Colossus, the Forbin Project one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was one of my. That was a great pick, Hungry Boy. Just
It was
to
a
touch
Planet
on
of
that
the
for a
Apes,
second,
probably.
because that's one of my all-time favorite movies. So
Davy
I was
Crockett.
happy you got to see that, Raquel. When the
Oh,
line-
that's a good movie.
and I'm sure you noticed when Forbin says all scientists should read Frankenstein.
Yes, I talked about it on the show when you were in the car. Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't-
a
I couldn't only
great
listen for a few
line.
minutes. I'm like, uh-oh, Raquel's gonna love this one.
Yeah, I
And,
just absolutely love it because it hints that it's aware of how science fiction was born, and it's so funny because you think about it conceptually, it's sort of like this Russian doll effect because here they are in the Forbin talking about his invention, his creature that is out of control, this AI that's out of control, but he's talking about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus. And it's funny
Yeah.
because in a way, what she built was also totally out of control. Imagine being such a young girl and starting the entire modern genre of science fiction. So there are lots of concepts to unpack from there, and they all neatly fit inside of one another. So it's I really enjoy that sort of thing. It's very nerdy, and I know it's not what
Yeah, I'm
people want to
surprised you
hear.
hadn't seen that movie before. Oh no, it was
No, I have not. I want the book, actually. I think the
Ezra-
book would be good.
Ezra, I wish there was a prisoner lunchbox, but I doubt it.
I'll check, but I doubt it too. Yeah.
I very much doubt it.
But when I remember seeing that movie as a kid in the I guess it was one of those after school, movies that I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It was so scary. It freaked me out. And the tech actually holds up today. I mean, if you, other than the dot matrix printers but the concepts completely work. So I don't know if they're ever going to remake it. Hopefully they won't. But
Oh, please don't say that.
yeah. But I mean, I
Can
could
you
see,
knock on wood or something somewhere in your office, please? Please,
But I mean,
no, please.
with the tech, a little bit more modern tech, it would even. But you don't really need that with a great story like that. But the ending was so good. But I was joking though. Wait, was this a whole Forbin planned all this so he could get in good with the other female scientist? It was cute,
Yeah.
but that was an amazing scene too, where they had to pretend to be lovers. That was well done. Yep. But no, there was so many twists and turns in it, and then the whole idea of it. When he says we want to be free, he's like, you're going to live in peace. Mankind will have no more violence, but do you want to be the Colossus is going to be in charge? You're going to adhere to what I say and do what I say, other than being subjugated by another man. And in some ways, it's like
benevolent subjugation,
right? So it's peace in our time, but you're going to do what I say. So
Ezra wants to know if you can find any Quatermass lunchboxes.
There ain't gonna be a Quatermass. Well, here, well, first
there
the
might
prisoner.
be
We'll
that. I'm not so sure. I see. That's very British, and I don't know if the British did. Could you tell me, Ezra? Did British do lunch boxes like we did over here? There was a craze. I mean, every show, every comic, everything had a lunchbox. I don't know if that was the case over there.
The prisoner. I would like a prisoner lunchbox now.
That'd be Doctor Who, I'm sure.
So, Doctor Who, maybe.
There it is.
Doctor Who.
Oh, that's great.
But that might be.
I have one of those. I received that in a swag bag at a con. That one that's up a little bit more. We go back, go back.
Oh,
the one that's $59.99.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I received that in a swag bag.
That's new, yeah.
Cool. I got two of them.
It was like a little okay. Is it a mini one or something?
Yeah. Pardon?
It was like a mini lunchbox thingy or something, or what?
No, it's a normal one.
It's a normal one.
You don't hear me?
And I got those in two VIP bags, and I don't remember what I did with them. I have no idea what I did with them. I gave them away to somebody who loved Doctor Who.
Yeah, these are all pretty new.
Nice.
Oh, here's
wish I would have known Clobby back then. I would have mailed them to him. He would have loved them.
No biggie. But I do love. I would love that, but that's no biggie.
66.
Those are probably like new like retro things. Again,
new.
I have no knowledge of what was going on in the UK in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't know if lunchboxes based upon popular properties were a thing there or not. Possibly, I'm sure they might have been. I just know it was here for sure.
Yeah, so if there's no Doctor Who, I can't imagine they have Quatermass. You're not gonna make me spell.
No, there wouldn't be a Quatermass.
Quatermass.
What are you're spelling it right? Why? I hate it when you're mean to yourself. Shin kicks.
Shin kicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quatermass.
Oh, I've gone world travel.
That's
my God. I've gone will travel, reads the card of a man paladin. That's fantastic.
Yep.
That thing's not in great shape, but hey. Wow.
Yeah, it's got the thermos matches.
Wow, that's a really nice thermos.
Now I feel like going to watch me some paladin episodes. Hungerboy has a Scooby lunchbox. Had a Scooby lunchbox.
With Dr. Kildare game back there. Vinegar removes rust. That's a trick. If you don't have a rust remover, you could put soak things in vinegar.
Right?
Yeah. So I don't know how it would react to some of the paints, but you can put vinegar. I mean, I use the other different types of rust removers, but they sometimes they kill the paint, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you should put some kind of oil on this too to preserve it and neutralize it. Because once that rust starts going, it's gonna go all the way.
Oh, Tiger says
all the way through.
I spent a lot of time watching Have Humble Travel somewhat recently. I watch them over and over. Every now and then when I just get in the mood to watch a Paladin episode, I love that show, Tiger Stripes.
Oh wow, Grizzly Adams. I mean, they had everything. Grizzly Adams.
You name it, it had a lunchbox, dude. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure there are plenty of Long Ranger lunchboxes, Ezra. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not a question about it.
I love that Grizzly Adam. Oh God, that's great. Yeah, because think of it, it's the same lunchbox. They just have to do different, just paint screening. So it's not like they're designing something new. They're just slapping the the paint on it, and some of these were
Well,
then later on there were
Except
stickers.
for that,
So it was-
the Adams, for example, that's kind of a specialty one because it's shaped like a cabin. But yeah,
yeah, and then like some of them they would have the a relief on it.
wow,
But you could do that
Dr.
relatively
Dolittle.
easy too. Yeah.
I remember that.
Wow.
Talk to the animals.
Talk to animals. Yep. Don't watch the Robert Downey Jr. version, please.
I would not.
Not on your life.
Oh, nice. Tiger
That's
stripes.
just-
Yes, Paladin rules. Paladin, Paladin, where do you roam?
Woody Woodpecker. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Oh,
I
I'm
like
sure
the
there is
Woody
Zorro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woody Woodpecker. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the Woody Woodpecker one's really nice.
Ezra, I'm sure there are
Skateboarder.
plenty of Zorro boxes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we got.
Maybe Ezra wants to see a Zorro and a Lone Ranger. There you go. Wow, 40.
Oh, I like this one,
$100
1958. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love
Zorro,
that.
yes.
I mean, they look great too. It's not just throw some crappy art in here and say Zorro. I mean, it's beautiful painting there. I mean, I'd hang that up. Yeah.
A knight without armor in a savage land. His fast gun for hire heeds the calling wind. Sorry, Tiger Stripes. Get me started on Paladin.
Why are you putting up a blurry picture?
Why would you do that?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Yeah,
look
like
at
go
how
change
cute
your
that is.
picture.
That's
Yeah,
quite
that's
nice,
great.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Great colors. Yeah, it's still in good
Mhm.
shape. Yep. Except this got really blurry.
Yeah,
Oops.
why even use that? Just take another picture. I mean, and it's not like it was like in the 90s or even in the early
Yeah.
2000s. Like everyone has a smartphone now. Like it takes 1 second to take a photograph now.
Yepper. Oh, there you go. That's nice.
Wow.
I
Walt
love
Disney,
the guy.
yep.
Guy Williams was great as Zorro. On the Disney
And I love the
Zorro.
70s movie. In the 70s movie, I remember that one as a kid seeing that.
That $89 red Zorro sure is a nice.
Wow. Yeah. How about Lone Ranger? Ezra was asking about
Let's see,
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
I
Yeah,
love Lone Ranger.
I'm sure there. Oh, yeah, me too.
yeah. Oh, got it.
Oh, there's got to be a Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Yeah. Holy. Look, $750.
Unbelievable.
$750. Oh my God.
I'm going price
Holy.
low to high to low so we see the
Io
cool ones first.
Silver.
Away.
Who was that masked man?
And Scout.
Hit him up, Scout.
Beautiful.
Nice.
It's in pretty
Wow,
good
that's
shape,
in
yeah.
really good shape.
Oh, I guess you put
Nice.
your name in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You put
There
it,
you
cut
go.
a card out and put your name in there. Yep. So someone couldn't steal your Lone Ranger lunchbox or steal your lunch. You gotta put a bison burger in there.
Good times. Nice.
Bison Perker.
Bison.
Oh, Mark, you so need to move to Alberta. It's like you belong here, honey.
Let's see.
This is
Just be out
great, yeah.
barbecuing
Of course.
Buffalo every day.
Let's see,
thought
like
there'd be
here's a
more.
Hallmark. Well, I don't know why this is $109,
Oh, yeah.
but this is a
Oh,
Hallmark
cool.
reproduction.
Oh man. That's
So I have
expensive.
some of these. That can't be. Oh, it's
That's
signed,
ridiculous.
autographed, Clayton Moore.
By
But you
who?
could probably buy this
Clayton
for
Moore.
Clayton
That had
Moore.
to be
Yep.
signed a long time ago. When did he pass away? In the 90s?
It's been a while, right? Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
look at that, Clayton
Age
Moore, yep.
90s. Holy crap! The one true Lone Ranger.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't let him appear as a Lone Ranger. He had to wear those sunglasses and
Pleasant Valley. Oh, I'm sure there was a Rifleman launch. We're playing a game now. Betting.
all right.
You enter one and we take a shot. Is there one? I'm sure there's a
Yeah.
Rifleman.
It's gotta
And you
be, okay.
lose if you say I'm sure there is, and then it's gone. Let's try it. Well, I'll start. Rifleman. Actually, Pleasant Valley started. There, knew it. Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah, 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 wah. The Rifleman, starring Chuck Connors. Ba, 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 ba. I love that show. All right, your turn, Raquel. Take a
For
guess.
what?
For a lunchbox.
You have to guess if there's guess something that is is there such and such lunchbox?
show.
Just like we did.
Well,
show or
I
comic
would
or
like
whatever.
I would have liked Star Trek. You showed me some gorgeous
But
Star
you knew
Trek.
there would be one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I knew there would be
Take
one
a
of
wild
those.
guess.
I did want to see some Prisoner. There was no Prisoner.
Did you try that?
Not that I did, but
I would like to try Babylon 5 and Blake 7.
Not a chance.
there will be.
I think the crazy
might
there
be
might be a
Babylon
Babylon 5, but I'm going to doubt it. No. So now you know there won't be a Blake 7. Look at
'Cause
White
it's
Star.
too
For
new.
sure, there won't be a Blake 7.
But I know one you'd like to see.
The Micro Machine. Look at that.
There's no chance you could try Blake 7. Then I got one in Raquel's name. I want to try.
What?
I'll tell you when we get there. Let's see. Try Blake 7, even though we know it's not possible. No.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
no.
How about UFO?
Yeah. I was thinking. Yep. It can't be, but
Oh my God! If there's a UFO
Well, there might
lunchbox,
be.
I'm buying it.
there might be like just generic aliens. Let's see.
No,
what
but
we
I can
got.
tell you what I know one is for sure.
See, like, look at like this is a space
Yeah, it's
sat.
not- that's not one.
Generic, but
But
that
there
is pretty sweet, though. Look at
Constellation
that.
prize. There is a
Oh,
Space
that's beautiful.
1999 one. I can tell you that.
Oh no!
That's
Wait, there's
beautiful.
a Space 1999 lunchbox.
Yes,
Let's
Oh,
ma'am.
there's
see
got
it.
to be because that was the 70s.
I know 100%. No,
because you had one.
no, because they talk about it. Rob Burnett, Meyer Burnett mentions it in Free Enterprise.
There you go.
How's that?
That makes sense. Yeah. 70s. Yeah.
Well, it lasted a little bit longer,
That's
you know.
Nice.
Besides, UFO, I don't think was marketed to the States like this was.
Yeah.
It must have just been an American thing with the lunchboxes, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Look, that's
Yeah,
that
it
creature
is.
that's gave me nightmares. My God.
Yeah. The thing is about her is that she looks like identical to my mother. So whenever I see a picture of her, I'm like, whoa.
Lisa's got a good guess. Speed
What's
Racer.
Lisa got? Oh, it's a good one. It's got to be Speed Racer. Yep. I'm just checking here. That must have been the only Space 1999.
That
box
might have been
I
the only
see.
one. There's a line in
Speed
Free
Racer.
Enterprise, and when she's getting back together with his girlfriend, she says, I want to be with a man who's not ashamed to have a grown man who's not ashamed to have a Space 1999 lunchbox.
There we go.
There you go.
That's a new one, though. These are new.
Here comes Speed
19s
Racer. Yeah, these are
vintage.
like throwbacks.
Maybe I need to do Speed Space Racer.
Yeah.
There
But it's
had, to
still
been
lunchbox.
there had to have been a Speed Racer lunchbox because that was the 60s.
In the
that
old
show,
days,
wasn't
maybe.
it? Here we go. Oh, let's see. 1998. Vintage style.
Technically, there is one. Oh, Ezra
There is
Goldstein,
one, yeah.
I guarantee you there's one of those. All right, Mark, you want to take a guess or you want to go with Ezra's next guest?
What's Ezra's next guess? I got one
Kung
too.
Fu.
but Kung Fu. Yeah, there's got to be a
Yes.
Kung Fu.
No, TV shows always had them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how cool that is. Yeah. There's a couple
As
different
the
ones,
winner
actually.
is. Wow. Nice.
All right. This is a weird one, but let's see. All in the Family.
Yep. I'm going to say yes.
I'm
I'm going to say yes.
Let's see. Ooh,
No!
no matches found. I thought Archie Bunker was so. This Partridge Family.
Hungry Boy wants to play.
Huh.
Oh, the Partridge Family.
Yeah, but there's
Oh,
no. I'm surprised.
No.
Family Affair.
I guess it wasn't. There were no kids on.
That
the
wasn't
show.
a kids. No kids. So that's why I was.
I mean,
that's why I was.
yeah, we were both wrong on that. Adam's Family. Well, Hungry Boy wants to play. He says Speed Buggy. That's a good one. No question about this. A Speed Buggy.
That was the one with the dune buggy here. Yeah, speed buggy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, there was a dune buggy craze that started after the King of Cool had a dune buggy in
Yeah.
what movie was that?
Here's
In,
a
my
long
dad
shot.
wanted to make one.
Yeah, here's a long shot. Yeah, I heard what you're saying though. I Spy. No way.
Steve McQueen. Oh, this is gonna be I Spy. This is gonna be I Spy.
I Spy could be
That's a
possible.
yes.
It's a long
Let's say
outside
it.
shot.
I say yes.
Say yes.
This is old. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess not. But of course,
The great
could be.
maker Andy Masterson has to leave. Everyone, please say
Good
goodnight
night,
to
Andy.
Andy. Andy, thank you for joining us. We hope you had a good time tonight. Thank you for supporting this channel and this show.
Yes,
Good night, Andy.
indeed. I want to try one that Lisa picked up. Family
Okay.
Affair. I bet this Family Affair.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah, definitely Family Affair. Yeah.
Jody and Buffy. Yep.
Happy
I used to
birthday,
watch
Miss
that.
Beasley.
Mhm.
Courtship of Eddie's father.
Go for it. And after that, try JT Kirk, Citizen Kane. Get out of here, dude. Citizen Kane. That's funny. No, Courtship of Eddie's father. I'm saying no.
No Courtship of Eddie.
Let's see here. Someone said one that Land of the Lost got to be.
Yeah, Land of the Lost. Yeah. Well, it could be. Oh, I did Land of the Lost Father. Lost Father Lunch.
Oh. Okay.
That'd be Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Very cool.
somebody said one?
Sleaze Stacks.
Oh, that's low hanging fruit. They're going to be Muppets. It's not even bothering. Muppets, yeah, that's easy. Muppets for sure.
Hogan's Heroes,
yeah, go for it. I know there's a MASH one.
I was gonna say, is there MASH?
I think so. Hogan's Heroes. Yeah.
There we go.
Wow. I think that's something.
Wow. That's amazing. With Yahtzees on them.
I got a weird
That's verboten.
No, that's this. How about Smokey and the Bandit?
I bet you there is, yeah.
That was huge.
Big movie, not a TV show, but big.
No. All right, how about BJ and the Bear?
Oh, let's see.
That's a tough one there.
BJ
Greg
McKay and
Agnigan.
my best friend Bear.
You know that one? You know that one, Raquel?
Yeah. Hey, of course.
I'm saying
I'm a
no.
child of the 70s.
Nope. Look at that. Nope. Wow.
Of course, I wonder if that just means there's none for sale, or would usually show
No.
you if it was completed.
Well, if you did,
though,
you'd have to Google it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk.
I was typing MASH, so let's see. It's got to be MASH,
Ooh.
right? Yeah.
See, Bewitched is a good one, Lisa, and so is Invaders. Might happen.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Invaders.
MASH. Did you find MASH? MASH up.
No, it didn't show MASH.
You have to spell it right. You got to put like
Oh,
MASH
maybe I
is
have to spell it.
abbreviated. I mean, it's an
M-A, yeah.
It's not abbreviated. Excuse me. It's
Stars, yeah.
Yeah, it's stars. Well, that's weird. No Invaders. I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched, no question about it. They got. I'm going to say, yeah, $6 Man, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie, yes. I'm going to say yes. What do you think? What do you think, everybody?
Yeah, ooh.
No, that's not one.
TV Lunchbox.
Oh, my God.
Is that
Look how weird it
new or
looks.
old? I love the I Dream of Jeannie video game or casino slot. It was great, too. That was fun. Wow.
Is that old?
I wonder if that's new
That's a
old. That looks kind of
beautiful
like new old.
lunchbox.
Looks
Yeah.
new old. Let's see. They say anything? They don't say. I would think there would be one, but oh, look, here's Bewitched. I wonder if these are just new old NOS. Yeah.
I don't know what Lost Saucer is, Ezra, but $6 Man, no question about it.
Yeah,
Bewitched
that was so
probably, too.
popular.
What about Bewitched? Think Bewitched has one?
Yeah, but these might be new old, like repros or new.
Retro toys. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if we're on a lunchbox site too, like you were saying, yep.
That's the
Yeah,
same,
same
kind of a
one,
retro
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That old one looks old.
Maybe that one.
Mm-hmm. Bum up.
Charlie's
Charlie's
Angels.
Angels.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. Honeymooners? No. That wasn't Honeymooners, was it?
It's Hogan's Heroes.
No, Hogan's Heroes. Well, Fantasy Island.
Gremlins.
Well,
Knight
we'll
Rider.
start letting everybody get out of here probably because this
Yeah,
will take
yeah.
forever. We'll play this game again, though, folks.
That was fun. Yeah.
We're going to play Guess the Lunchbox again because I like it. It's fun.
The lunchbox game. Yep.
Unless you guys don't think it's fun, but I think it's fun.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Listen,
I didn't check Fantastic Four and
I
Lunchbox.
love flea baying with Mark because it's like it's like going to a con with you guys. Like when I went to the con, I had to go at a time where both of you were busy, but I 100% just wanted to put on a GoPro and just ask you guys what you thought of this, what you thought of that, what you thought of the other. I think I even called you both on WhatsApp, and I'm like, do I have this gold key?
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I know we're getting out of here, but I just look at this. I don't know if that's new or old.
Old.
That looks old to me.
Now that one, some of them are, that one's old. I think I have
That's awesome.
I have a redo of that one, like a retro of that one, maybe.
I want a Servalan lunchbox.
Oh, go back.
Go back. Yeah.
Not the Servalan with the black dress, you know, like when she went into her white Darth Vader mode. I mean, like the Servalan that we first meet, where she has no bra on,
yeah.
and she's wearing that white robe, and she has on her lipstick and her beautiful hair, and she looks vicious. That's the lunchbox we need. We need the OG Servalan in the white robe. That's the one we need.
By the way, if you pass some of the ones I have, but if you go,
let's see.
All right,
I'll go
stop right
back
there.
up. Okay.
Go up, going to all the way to the left. No, up. No, I mean down. Sorry. All right, that one all the way to the left there. That's actually a tiny little thing that has candy in it, but I have it. Then you go a row down, and the one over to the middle, I have that one.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Go down one more. All the way to the left. I'm sorry. All the way to the left. See the Kirby one, Doc Doom on there? That's a retro one that I have.
Yeah, these are repros. Yep.
Cardinal
they
Sin.
had candy.
I'm a $60 man. Cardinal Sin says, "Okay, I admit it. I've never seen a photo of Raquel." Sure, you have. She's got a picture of all the time up there. But I have a serious crush on her voice. Her voice. Well, she has a wonderful voice, so everyone does. In what she says. Well, because she says great things. She may pretend to be a simple academic, but she is a member of the geek community. That's right. Whether she likes it or not, you're damn straight.
Oh, honey, I love you. Thank you.
Look at Planet of the Apes. Whoa. He says, I fell in love with her voice the first time I heard it, and I haven't been able to shake it. I know she's married, but the heart wants what the heart wants.
Gil, you are such a sweet person.
I'm telling on you, buddy. I'm telling the hubby.
You are such a sweet person.
Thank you. And he says, kudos, my unrequited love. Keep doing what you're doing. I love you for your brain. And I especially if I became a zombie. Well, don't become a zombie.
You don't have to do that. But Cardi, Gil, you know that you are a very good friend of mine. And anytime you want to see what I look like, I just want you to know that I don't use any of the Facetune or any of the other weird stuff that people use. So my pictures don't look very professional. But,
I do. That's why I look like that on the photo.
But if you want to go to, I do have a YouTube. I just don't use it. I just use it for like messing around within the nerd and the geek community. But I have lots of stuff on there. I have a Maverick video that has like no Photoshop or Facetune or any of that lying garbage on it, and you can see what I look like there without. But I think in my Catwoman, my original Julie Newmar tribute, I take the Catwoman mask off, so that's what I look like there too. And if you can read through Blueface, you can see what I look like as an Andorian there as well.
How do I find your channel? If someone can find your channel, put the link in there. Unless you care, we can send it, or you can send it to them in a private.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to
it's up to
me.
you. If you don't,
it doesn't.
You have a private
it doesn't
channel.
Matter. No, my.
I just don't know how to find it.
Yeah, I just wait 1 second. I'll just go and get it. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I got it. You don't
Okay.
have to go anywhere.
Mark, you're so fast.
Thank you so much again for the another $5 super chat. You're too kind there, Cardinal. Thanks. He says it doesn't matter. Your voice is enough. It's like the sirens of old Greek myths. Your voice is enough to make the cat in me purr.
Oh my gosh, that is such a sweet and kind thing to say. Gil. Mwah, mwah.
Oh, well, you do have a lovely voice, but everyone knows that. But you also
oh my gosh,
wonderful.
you guys are so
Oh, come
kind
on.
to me.
We can't help it. We're just kind of see. That's what geeks. Well, I will tell you this in Gil's defense: geeks are far more romantic than nerds. Just gonna say.
This is true. This is true. This
Yeah.
is actually true. I
we
have
are.
come to realize this. These are facts, Jack.
You have only to look at my ridiculously emotional review of that episode that we reviewed last week, The Visitor. I just love it so much, and I don't care who knows it. It's all emotion. That episode is pure emotion and imagination, I think, too, as well. But
I love it.
so yeah, yep. So
Well,
thank you.
I
Thank you,
just
kind.
want you to know that I'm very flattered and I'm very honored. And the fact that you made the little donation to Clobby's Clubhouse, his little virtual comic book shop, means the world to me. You know, I think it's special people like you, Gil, who make this community what it is. I mean, you're such a true blue friend, and you're always there to support everyone. I just hope everyone will support you back, because you certainly deserve it. What a marvelous thing you did tonight here. You know, you just
Yeah.
showed up, offered everybody a
20
membership,
memberships.
left wonderful gifts for Clobby, and left wonderful compliments. And you're just aces, sweetheart. Mwah, mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gil. You're too kind, buddy. So wait a minute. JT Kirk says, wait, reading warp core diagrams to the ladies isn't romantic. Oh, okay, learning tonight. Yeah, Jordy.
I love JT Kirk. JT Kirk's
Well,
the best.
I was watching Galaxy Quest, and the missus was like, "What nerd would have a starship blueprints?" You know, because the end of Galaxy Quest, they're calling it the blueprints. I'm like, "Wait right here, dear," and I pulled out the stack of blueprints.
Love
for
it.
the-
You mean
for the
recently?
Enterprise. Well, this was when we watched Galaxy Quest years
Okay.
ago, but she was like, "I'm very afraid right now." I'm like, see, look at the blueprints of the Enterprise.
Yeah, you're afraid now, but one day you might need those blueprints to dodge those fan
You
blades.
will. You will.
And who
And
put
what
these
if?
chompers? Who puts chompers?
That's the
in
best
this?
part of the movie when she
Well,
says,
what if
"Whoever
you
designed
need
this episode-"
those blueprints to actually make that ship one day? One day, Mark D with the C.
Yeah.
Greatest
We're going
line
to
in
put
that.
you in a cryo fridge, and we're going to need your blueprints. We're going to need them. I know it. I know it. I know it.
The greatest line in that movie. Whoever wrote this episode should effing die. Oh God, I love it. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you for the $20 super chat there. Appreciate you, Cardinal. He says Raquel is way out of my league. Well, she's out of all of our leagues, but that's why we love her.
Oh, God.
I'm a lowly nerd, and she's an academic. We couldn't ever be star-crossed,
Oh,
dude. But I do have a paper on academia.org called Cyberpunk, the genre that wasn't. So maybe I can be redeemed.
I'm going to go read it. Let me write that down. Cyberpunk,
the genre that wasn't.
the genre that wasn't.
So it wasn't the genre.
Okay, I am definitely
know.
going to read that. And I just want you to know that I am married, very happily married, but I want to make one correction. I don't think I'm out of anybody's league. I think the most important thing in this world is someone's personality. And I know that, lots of people say that. Unfortunately, in our world, what they say and what they do are two different things. And I just want you to know that there are still some people out there. There are lots of me's out there who truly care about the measure of a man as far as his heart and his soul and his mind goes. And there are lots of really special guys in this community. And I hope that they find their soulmates, because I think you guys deserve to have your soulmates.
Yes, absolutely. Brian, he said, you mean it didn't look good to have a copy of Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise on the top? Hey, it looked good to me, pal, but I'm not the
Hey,
one
you would have had me hook, line, and sinker back in the day.
I'm not the one you're trying to impress, but It would look good to
You
me.
know what I mean? That you would have had me hook, line, and sinker back in the day.
Yeah, there you go. I want to thank y'all for being here with us tonight, everybody. It's been fantastic. You've all been wonderful, and what another great Clubby's Clubhouse this has been. Thanks, of course, to the most wonderful first officer in the fleet, our wonderful, amazing Commander R.M. Briggs. And do you have any closing words, Commander?
I do. The first thing I want to say is I want to thank all the wrenches, not only for supporting Mark's channel and my book and CLOBBY'S channel and everything we do, and all of our friends. Like, you guys are the big wrenches. You guys work for the big, important people on YouTube, and yet you come here. We don't pay you. You don't get anything for it. And not only do you keep us company, but you take care of our chat for us. You take care of our community. You know, our wrenches, they even work in production. They make show posters and grab URLs and tell people whether or not they can get things in their country. I mean, we have an outstanding group of wrenches here, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here. You guys are just the best. I want to thank everyone who appeared in the chat tonight. Wow. This is another CLOBBY'S Clubhouse where we had some sensational and engrossing conversations about geek and nerd stuff. You guys are all wonderful conversationalists. I enjoy your company immensely. So does CLOBBY, and definitely so does Mark. So thank you, each and every one of you. We're nothing without you. Without you guys bringing all of your ideas, your jokes, your thoughts, the favorite things, the things you hate. You know, this is a dead space. So thank you for making the magic here. I want to thank my friend Mark D with a C. Wow, what an amazing geeky nerd he is. Such a wonderful person. He has his own channel. He's trying to establish his channel. I think he's at like 400 people. Please go follow him on YouTube, and also follow him on Twitter. He knows all sorts of things about all different types of geeky things. He's wonderful company. He is so smart. He's such a great interviewer. You will not be disappointed if you follow him. And I just want to thank my captain. Captain, I love you very much. You're one of my best friends in the whole world in real life. You mean the world to me. Thank you for creating this space. And thank you for bringing us all together to talk about the stuff that we love. None of us would know one another if it weren't for you. You are how I know Hungry Boy, the artist of my book. You're how I know Mark. You're how I know all of these amazing people. You did this. And thank you for all of your hard work, creating this space, and just for being the grand poobah of all geeks, and even this lowly little nerd. I love you, honey. Mwah.
I love you. Thank you so much. You were too kind. I want to say thank you for Hungry Boy for another $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, Raquel, you're too kind. You really bring something special to every show, and it's always stimulating and thoughtful conversation. Keep on keeping on. Well, thank you so much.
Be seeing you.
And Lisa, thank you for those kind words you said as well. Thank you all. Let's see here.
Yay.
Show notes. Let's see here. Tomorrow night, of course, I will be hanging out on the great Nick Weiser's show or channel. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and hanging out with the Comic Shop gang for that. Mark D with a C. Mark, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you. Do you have anything you need to say?
Oh no, that's okay. Well, thank you, Raquel. You always make me blush, and you're in a league of your own, just so you know. But in a good way, I'm saying that.
Cheers.
Yeah. Sweetheart.
But I've been doing a lot of shorts, obviously, trying to do one a day and doing all my ornaments, and then I did do a nice review of the Indiana Jones that I was showing last night when. It was great to meet Retroblasting Michael, and of course
a lot of fun.
So I did the video, and then I boomered the audio. So I had two cameras, and one of them I kicked myself out of the stream. So I got to re-record the audio again and remember what I said. So hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. And Sunday Night Geekery, looking forward to that. And just a bunch of videos during the week, trying to keep posting. So thanks to everyone who subbed, and thank you, Raquel and Clobby. So I hit 400, which was great. So
yay,
that was nice. Yep. Yep. So which is great to get that milestone passed. So, and the chat was great tonight. I was listening a little bit in the car, but Yeah, the Forbin Project. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go watch that movie. That's just one of my all-time favorite movies.
right?
So great pick, Hungry Boy. Yeah, I've always
Very
loved
cool.
that movie.
Hungry
It's
Boy
in my
knows what he's doing.
top 100 list. So yeah, that's a great one.
Well, everybody,
Thank you.
thank you all, and thank you. And again, tomorrow night on Nick Weiser's at 8:30 at the Comic Shop Gang there. Now, a special announcement for Saturday Night Star Trek because Raquel has a special away mission coming up. We're not going to do any reviews. I had to clear. Sorry about that. No reviews of Deep Space Nine this weekend. I'll put an announcement out. Hopefully, the word will get out there. We will definitely talk some Trek. I'll be here. We'll just hang out. We'll talk. We'll do some Star Trek, and then of course Sunday night I'll be hanging out with Mark over at his Sunday Night Geekery, and then I'll have some stuff planned for this week as well on the regular episodes, and then a special shout out just to let you guys know ahead of time on Christmas Eve, which is a Saturday night. We also won't be doing any reviews on that night, but
Yeah, so
I will be here.
Yeah.
I will be here because I'll be home anyway. And a lot of you will all be out doing certain Christmassy things, which I understand because Christmas is a Sunday this year, but Christmas Eve is a Saturday night. But I'll have nothing better to do. And I couldn't think anything better anyway than hanging out with anyone who wants to hang out. I'll be here talking to you. It won't be, why do we call it? Well, we won't call it Saturday Night Star Trek. We'll just call it the big CLOBBY'S Christmas house. And anyone who can't make it, it's fine. But anyone who can will be, well, we'll just see what happens. I'll be here. We'll put it like that.
You'll be there. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be here. So, again, thank you, Cardinalson, once again, with your great generosity. Appreciate you, buddy. He says, I also have a man crush on Clobby. Oh, you're too kind. And Mark, well, Mark D, I can see because look at him. He's a way better looking Ben Grimm than I am.
That.
But that's a story for another day. Blessed be, and be safe, everyone. You be safe, Cardi. Thank you so much for all your kindness and generosity, buddy. We appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. And we'll talk soon, I hope. And $2 super chat from Eric K. Thank you, buddy. He says, Clobby, what was the first Christmas like in the Stone Age? Well, that was when I first learned how to say Captain Cave. Ouch. So, anyway, let us say our shout outs to everybody. And thank everybody for being here with us tonight. Because it's been a big night. You've all been fantastic. From Cardinalson, thank you so much. Our fantastic wrenches. The great Eric K. Thank you, buddy. The great Chris Persia. The great D. Bud Martin. Shout out to Lord Thoth. Avon lives long, live the Legion, buddy, in case you happen to hear this later. Phantom Outsider. A big shout out to the Pupper Dog and our wonderful friend Apollo Minion, who's having a rough week. We love you and feel better soon, my friend, because we do appreciate you. The great Hungry Boy, of course. Hungry for Raquel's Sales to be powerful as Colossus. Absolutely, ishness. Love that name. Lisa, thank you for being here. The lovely Sherry was here. Stunt Brat 777 Smith was here. Tiger Stripes, lovely to see you. Michelle O'Rourke Johansson. Thank you for being here tonight. Pleasant Valley Picker. Did I say Lisa? We'll say Lisa again because the lovely Lisa was here. Ezra Goldstein, thank you so much. Cal L, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight with us. Minimusness was here. Maddie's daddy was here. Who else? DJ Ronnie G, Oliver Belamonte. Dave G Sound was here. Donnie Pearson was here. Brian Hepburn was here. Captain James T. Skywalker. Pod Racing Palpatine's James JT Kirk. Darius Munchausen. Who else? I hope I don't miss anybody, but I usually do. But I try not to. Actually, I don't usually. I usually am able to get everybody. It looks like a Gwagnar was here. See, you can't forget Gwagnar. Did I say Tiger Stripes? Well, just in case, because again, I've already forgetting. Probably did, right? Yeah. But anyway, we got it this time. Andy Masterson, the great was here. The great artist was here. The maker was here. Hang on, everybody. Try to get everybody here. One of these days, I'm just going to write them down. One of these days, you know what?
That's what I always say, and I never do it.
I always, yeah, I do it on Saturday nights, but I need to do it on Thursday nights. You know, I just need to. So I'm going to go with hope that we got everybody, knowing we met everybody we missed. Please forgive us, but I don't have access to, I can't see everything. You know, it all passes by so fast. So look, you know, we love you. Trevor Cunningham was here. Yes. God, who else was here that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head? There's got to be somebody. Anybody? Nobody can think of anybody at the top of your head, can you? That's all right. That's
Dr. Forbin, good night.
Oh, J-Man was here. J-Man, buddy. Darth Scipio. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I think, well, we got close to everybody. I know you can't get everybody else. It's impossible with this stream is set up. But we did shout them out as they arrived, though, didn't we? I got everybody as they were arriving. I know that much.
We do that. We're very good at that.
Yep. So, tried to get everybody that could. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. But we appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody. And
yeah, that's for sure. Yep.
Yep. So I think that's about. We're gonna go with that. One more look at it. We're gonna make sure. One more scan. And Oliver Belamonte. I think I got you, Oliver, but I was just saying it again anyway. Because again, garbage. Remember JD Lewis? That's right. JD Lewis was one, but JD Lewis had to run. So there you go. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. I think we may have gotten most everybody though. Thank you, everybody. In fact, what we're going to do now, rather than do the end credits, I'm going to leave you with an important message and then a couple of a moment of silence for the dear departed Kirstie Alley. So good night, everybody. R.I.P. Kirstie Alley. Warp speed, my dear. And love from the Clobbering Times gang. Goodbye. And we'll see you on the other side, my dear. Good night, everybody.